2. All right. Do my sound should get here. Let me test it from my other device to make sure it's good. All right. Sound should get here. Let me test it from my other device to make sure. Let me see this. One, two. Let's see here. Just the mic. Text the mic. One, two, test the mic, test. One, two, test the mic, test. All right, I think the sound is coming out right now. Let's see here, one more time. Mic test. 1, 2, test the mic. Mic test. All right, I think the sound is coming out right now. Let's see here, one more time. Mic test. 1, 2, test the mic. All right, good. I love it now. Okay. Let's do this. Get the show on the way here for you. Get this. Watch out.
say the more. I get to bow, I get to blow. I'm on derivo in cherry do bow.
Love is the only thing that brings us together. Welcome to Voice of SINOE. In the diaspora with Dr. Sayapura Esoteric. Wonderful day in Pennsylvania today. Let's see here quickly before I get this kind of delay from my other device here. Let's see. Oh, other production stuff. All right, let me test the quality of the sound again from my end to make sure. Esoteric. All right, I love my sound now. Okay, guys, I'm energetic because it is depressing to be talking and the sound is cracking up. All right, so again, welcome to the Voice of SINOE in the diaspora with Dr. Sayapura Esoteric. Another beautiful day, Tuesday, the 23rd of February, 2021. All right, so as you join the platform, please do me a favor, just hit the share option at the bottom of your screen for me, and that's what I want. Just hit the share button, and to have a beautiful show. Claudia Mane, welcome aboard. Andela Tober, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Ophelia Namanyana Tuba, how are you? Welcome aboard. Okay, Elizabeth. Milton Shibwe, all of you that are just getting on, please don't hit the share button. Again, another way you can follow the show as well is to log on to YouTube and you just put Madison Freeman, and we are also live on YouTube. You can also follow the show from there. All right, so we'll give you one more musical entertainment from there. As soon as I come back, we'll get right into the show. All right, so let's see it. I love this. I like to play all the fancy Liberian music, but for whatever reason, Facebook or YouTube sometimes they try to block the audio. So I play my traditional music, and so the Queen of traditional music just gave her, love is what brings her together. And so I love the other one called Tansawen. After that, we'll be right back to talk to you.
Sandy on the beach.
Yeah, tall somewhere, uh, those that believe in God, the lady was saying tall somewhere, I mean, wherever God took me from, so they are thanking God for, a life, Ebola, for example, not taking their lives and stuff like that. All right, again, welcome to the Voice of SINOE. It's another beautiful show today. I want to say thank you in a special way for joining me, leaving your other activities to join me on the platform today so we can have a discussion about SINOE County and Liberia as a whole. Again, you are on the Voice of SINOE with Doc Sayapo, the Esoteric. We are coming to you live from Prosper Park, Pennsylvania, these United States of America. All right, so before I get into my talking points, quickly like to recognize you guys. You took your time to join me, so let me recognize you, at least those that I'm seeing right now. And so I'm seeing Princess Jadia. Welcome aboard, Princess. Welcome to the Voice of SINOE. President of Minnesota chapter, Mr. Casey Wiley, welcome aboard. Mr. James Panto, welcome aboard. Let me say, Honorable Samson Ware, our representative for Electoral District Number 2, SINOE County. And before I even go ahead with the show, I'd like to say congratulations to the honorable man, Mr. Samson Ware. He recently won the case. So he is certified right now to be our lawmaker, a representative for Electoral District Number 2, SINOE County. All right, we don't know whether the opponents will still be going to the Supreme Court, but as far as we know, the decision of December 8th was maintained by NEC, a board of commissioner. All right, so we want to say congratulations to the honorable lawmaker. All right, Princess Connor, welcome aboard. Mr. J. Robertson Tia, welcome aboard. I'm seeing our board member representing the Red River Valley chapter. That's Mr. MYER is also following the show. And I recognize our board member from Minnesota, Mr. Milton Shiba, earlier, and the rest of the people. All right, beautiful. So do me a favor, just hit the share button for me, and that's all I want you to do. Hit the share the button, and so your friends can participate. All right, yes, my talking, yes, my agenda for today's discussion. All right, let me make sure my sound is good. If my sound is good on your side, please give me a thumb up. Mr. Milton Schubert earlier. Okay, my sound great. I want to make sure. All right, let me share my agenda with you today, things that I will be discussing on the platform. I like the microphone to face me so my melodious voice would be crystal clear on your side. I don't like to be cracking out when I'm talking. Excuse me a second. All right. So the first thing I'll be talking about today for our talking points, the custom of the show is for sure to do shout outs to people that celebrated the birthday. So it's just one or two persons I saw. So I will do a birthday shout out to one or two persons. That's the first thing we do. And the next thing I will be doing for the discussion, we just give another shout out to young SINOE, actually. Do a congratulations to Lester Willer. Lester graduated from the University of Liberia with his bachelor's degree. So we'll do a shout out to the young man. This is the Voice of SINOE. So we give we showcase the good SINOEans as well as the bad ones. Let me see. I want to monitor. Somebody sending me a message. Hold on a second, guys. The next thing I'll be talking about on the show today, after the congratulations, we'll also talk about what I call the land of liberty without justice and the degeneration of the moral code, the case of BROWNIE SAMUKAI. All right, so we're going to talk about that case. We are cognizant of that, I'm quite sure, but I want to give my perspective on that. Next thing I'll be talking about, I call that pleasure over humanitarian service. Pleasure over humanitarian service. USAA Minnesota chapter donates $5,635 or initial payment to facilitate President Gio's hedonistic trip to Liberia. Hedonistic, that's an impressive word over there, and we're going to break it down for you. The next thing on the show that we'll be talking about, I call it Know Your 2023 Potential Candidates in SINOE County Electoral District number 3. All right, so we're going to be showcasing some of the candidates, and the next thing that I will be doing for the show, I call that a criminal asking the Liberian Senate to stand up for another criminal. A criminal asking the Liberian Senate to stand up for another criminal. All right, you'll get the content of that. I'll put it in perspective for you shortly. Just stay on. So the next thing for our discussion on the platform, which is the last bullet point, I will also be navigating the profiles of 2 of the potential candidates for SINOE County Electoral District number 3 comes 2023. So navigating the profiles of Councillor NYANTEH and Mr. MYER KRAH. All right, so we'll be looking at the profile and some of the things that the guys have for us in 2023. 2023 seems to be far away, but it is actually not. All right, so let's do the birthday greetings and get that out of the way so we can go to the next thing here. So congrats. So I say happy birthday greetings here, and who I have here for shout out. Let me see who I have for, I think it's just one person. Let me do the shout out quickly here. This is Madame Constance Dopo. She is the president of the SINOE County Association in America's Minnesota chapter. She's a staunch sedition. That's what I call the political Baku of SINOE County. All right, so she, Madame Soen, celebrated her birthday yesterday. And so we like to use the platform to say happy birthday to Madame Soen. She's a great lady. She very, very active, and I like ladies like that. You know, you can't stay on the sidelines, you know, when it comes to your community, when it comes to your nation. You know, so Madame Dopo is very active. She's a member of the United States Association, also the president of the Minnesota chapter of the SINOE County Association, and she, I think, one of the staunch members on the CDC women wing. You know, she contributes on what they call the Prince Sherry show, or you call it Palava, on the Palava Hot, I think. So she's a contributor over there, political contributor. So we like to just acknowledge the lady, her big day yesterday. So we want to say happy belated birthday to you, Madame Soen. And we appreciate the work that you are doing in the community for our people. You know, all of us, we have to just play our little roles, and that's it. It takes an amalgamation of droplets of water and to make a river or the ocean, you know, so that the little things that we do, each of us, and we'll put everything together, will make a big part. All right. So again, happy belated birthday to you. All right. So that's the only person I have for a birthday shout out. If you're out there celebrating your birthday, we want to say happy birthday to you, and we wish you many more years. The next I want to talk about here, it's a microphone in my way. The next that I want to talk about, excuse me, God, let me do it omnidirectional. Yeah, so, damn, I don't like that sound, so I'll just put it where I was. So the next person that I want to do a shout out to, okay, that's Madame Dopo. I think that's the only person. So if you're out there, we want to say happy birthday to you. belated birthday. We want to recognize the Vice President of the Minnesota Chapter 8, Melvin Dewey. Welcome on board, sir. And all of you that just following or that just joined the show. All right, so let's go to the next one here that we want to talk about today on the voice of SINOE in the diaspora. Just want to do a quick shout out to my little man here, Lester WLEH. Lester WLEH just graduated. Jafat Bayi Jalayu, welcome aboard. All right, so let's see, where's the image of Lester WLEH here? I wanted to find just solo picture for him by coding, and so I will just stick with the 1.5. Okay, so this is Lester WLEH over here. He saw the picture today on Facebook, so I'm assuming the commencement was held today. And so Lester is a very smart young guy from SINOE County. And when I do these things, these various engagements on SINOE forum or on Facebook, I engage some of the guys, young people from Liberia and in the diaspora. And I do these different interactions to engage the guy's skills, So from the interaction, I identified Lester WLEH to be one of the smartest young guys out there in Liberia. So Lester is graduating today with a bachelor's degree in chemistry, and I think he said with emphasis to geoscience or something, or environmental science, something like that. So he's a smart kid. He one of the honorees from his class as well. He came top in the class, and so Lester, we want to say congratulations for the great work. You did it. And I also saw he posted another image along with his father, so they graduated together with his father. That's good. So we want to also say congratulations to, I think it's John WLEH. I know him very well. He was on the Budubura camp, and so Mr. WLEH also graduated today along with his son. So Lester, I want to say more grease to your elbow, man. Congratulations. All right, that's President Jala. Welcome aboard, buddy. All right, now let's get to the next thing that I want to talk about here today on the platform. Just quickly get a little light stuff out of the way, and we want to go into the major ones here. Let's start with let's start from the United States of America with the United Support Association in Americas. If you are an ardent follower of Voice of SINOE, our shows, and as well as our composition out there, we write a lot of articles on things that are happening in the U.S. So last Sunday we had a teleconference, and on that teleconference, some of the issues that were on the platform or on the agenda for discussion, one of them that I can remember was update on bereavement contributions and stuff like that. And so the president called the various leaders of the various states or representatives from the various states to give update. That was it was regrettable. A lot of people, they were not responding, and that got the president a little frustrated. I could tell from his voice. The next thing on the agenda has to do with the major one. It was the president travel budget to Liberia. $7,000 was put on the budget to be discussed. And after the agenda was read, the president asked for motion. Or addition or subtraction, stuff like that. And so Madam Kalejabele Foley, the former president of the United Support Association, was given the floor to make a motion. And so she asked that the $7,000 should be replaced with a financial report, and which I thought was judicious, so that was wise on her part. Because we first have to know the financial health of the organization before we can disburse other money. We can take money from the account. And so the motion was made. Immediately she made that motion, the whole line went on flames, and the people started coming from everywhere, every corner, and said, no, that cannot be removed. And I mean, I made a motion myself to get update from the president with respect to, because we were talking about bereavement and stuff like that. And one of the resolutions from North Dakota, it was agreed that the president the issue of bereavement would be a policy issue. And so since we left North Dakota, it has been about 1 year plus now. And so my thought was for the president to give an update with respect to the bereavement policy. So that way, when we have the document, we will know exactly how to go about the issue of bereavement and the issue of people getting sick, how to go about it, how to compensate people. But anyway, the president is a dictator. He's the Donald Trump of the United Sapota Association. He sees himself as the Ayatollah, the supreme leader of the Sapota Association. So the man did not allow me to even end my speech. That is, said is, I'm object to that. It cannot be accepted. Okay, then why ask us to give motions? Why ask for our view? When we get our perspective, it will be unilaterally jettisoned. It will be thrown away. So President Gio did not allow Dr. Yopodeto's motion to be placed on the agenda. That wise proposed a motion. We got to know our bereavement and sick policy. The General Assembly gave you the obligation in North Dakota. Anyway, that is not the major issue today for discussion. The major thing here is from Madam Kalejabele Foley, the former president of the United Sapota Association. If you don't know her, I'll give English, the beautiful lady right here. So that's Madam Jabele Foley. She made that motion and said, I am a board of director. I'm one of the board members of the United Sapota Association. I represent the state of North Carolina. And so, Mr. President, we have been asking you for quarterly, which I think is not the board, but the Constitution demands that the president should give quarterly financial report to the board of directors. And according to Manager Willis, since last year August, they are not getting financial report from the president. And also she said, Mr. President, before we take money, the $7,000, that I have no issue with it for it to be taken from the account. But first of all, let's know our financial standing. Let's know our account balance. Let's know what is going on with the account before we can go ahead and approve or disapprove your proposal. So that issue, the whole meeting went off, and the president surrogates, the president can come with his supporters just to disturb. That's President G. Kodrio of the United Sapota Association. So the president, before I even go to that, the meeting before last Sunday, it was also chaotic. And so I thought the last meeting would have been better. I thought the president would have learned a lesson from the prior meeting where Mr. ESOTERIC and others were insulted by the likes of Lisa Farley and Samuel Shigwe and others. They insulted Kuri Jeti and other people. And so I just thought that the president would have put in mechanisms to stop similar incidents from occurring. But unfortunately, the president does not. He brings those people purposely to waste other people's time. We took our time, we get on the teleconference, and we expect to have an adult, mature, and sophisticated discussion. But unfortunately, the president, because of no rule and system in place, it will degenerate into a high school context or middle school context, as a matter of fact, elementary school activity. And so, ladies and gentlemen, so that meeting, it ended in chaos. And so the same thing repeated, history repeated itself. It was a deja vu. So this time around, it wasn't Kuri Jeti, it wasn't Mr. Issa Sabe, the chairman of the board. This time around, it was Kalejabele Foley that
the same Lisa Farley, the same Samuel Shibwe, they were cursing the lady on the phone. They went as far as insulting her dead father. That's how sad it is. That's how bad the leadership of President Gio is in the United Support Association. And we have been suggesting to the president over and over, Mr. President, technology gives us the option to block those noisemakers, to mute those people when they are making noise. Okay, so we told the president, if we are having these teleconferences, somebody should be on the computer to monitor the people that come on. If somebody is disturbing, the person is not listening, you can put the person on mute. Or better yet, the person can be ejected from the teleconference. But the president, purposely, he allows those people to just do whatever they want to do. They go with impunity. They insult people. Other people were playing music, and then they would point finger at Dark Sayapode. I'm too sophisticated to get on a teleconference and start to play music. That is petulant. I don't do that. And so I heard them, they would excuse people. Oh, Dark Sayapode playing. How can you have elders, mothers and fathers, and I mean our people on the teleconference listening, and you are playing this guy Panto? The guy is so rude, you know, and you playing that kind of vocal music on the teleconference. You disturb the whole thing. And President Gideon said nothing, no control. So we have a leadership crisis. But now, let me get to the major thing that I want to discuss again, which is pleasure over humanitarian service. Okay, first of all, what is that? Pleasure, I mean, you know what that is, where you just want to have fun and go to party and dance. And I mean, it's hedonistic. That's a fancy word for it. But humanitarian aspect of it is where you take care of the organization, the United Support Association. It's an organization that was established to take care of people, to help people, human beings. The word humanitarian has human being in it, humor. That's the root word. So it's a humanitarian organization. But unfortunately, where we are right now, the organization has become a pleasure organization, pleasure-seeking organization, where people seek pleasure over helping people. Okay? So the motion Madam Kalejabede raised with respect to the $7,000, she said, no, Mr. President. Initially, the president asked for $16,000. And so we said that was not prudent. We can't spend $16,000 to send you to Liberia. And so he went back to the proposal and readjusted it and brought $7,000. And so Madam Kalejabede Fuller said, no, Mr. President, we would like to approve your proposal, but we want to know the financial health of the organization first before we can go about anything. We don't know where we stand right now. So after insulting the lady, the president went to his supporters in Minnesota, and the people had a fundraiser. Okay, so first of all, I want to say congratulations to Madam Kalejabede Foley and others that asked the president for accountability. The president got to be asked, he is accountable to us. So I appreciate Madam Kalejabede Foley. It wasn't a bad thing she did. She didn't say, give me money, type of people. When she went to Liberia first, during the demise of the late Mobutu, young prime minister, they approved $3,000 to give it to her. The president and team rejected. They didn't give it to her. She didn't make noise about it. So the only thing she asked for, we want financial accountability. We want to know where our account stands as is right now before we can take money from that. It was fair enough to me. But the people, the president and his supporters, they saw that the president was angry and talking to the woman aggressively. How are you serious? This woman is not doing anything bad. She's just asking for accountability. You are accountable to the members. And the Constitution requires that you make quarterly report. And the woman said they have not received a report from you. And therefore, since you don't want to do it during the board and the executive meeting, hey, sir, during the general teleconference, we got to press you, then maybe you can produce something when the people are listening. But anyway, that wasn't done. And so the president went to a base. The president zealous, they started a fundraiser. and they generated some money, good money, $5,635 according to the report Madam Schubert read. And so what I'm going to do here is we'll play that and then we'll give you some analysis. Let's listen to when they were doing the presentation. Okay, so hedonistic. I think I'm going to do a little bit philosophy 101 here before we go. I play that video. So hedonism is another. So we got ethics, right? So welcome to philosophy 101. Okay, so ethics is a branch of philosophy that deals with right and wrong action. What is the right thing to do? All right. So on that branch of philosophy, a lot of debate going on there in philosophy. Is a lot of debate going on anyway. So on ethics, not in specific order, but you have another people. Okay, the hedonists or ethical egoism will say, it is all about my interests. That's what the ethical egoists will say. Ego, that's a pleasure, is a pleasure-seeking ethics. It's actually my interests. Okay, what is in is egoism. It's me and me and me. That's one branch of ethics. The right thing to do, according to this ethical thinking or principle, is what is in my interests. Anything that is not in my interest, I shouldn't do it. That's ethical egoism. And then another ethical model on the topic, you have relativism. The relativist will say that, right and wrong is related to the individual. So you can't tell me Madison or Dark Side Put, I can tell, say, for example, Mr. Samuel J. that is wrong. No. So right and wrong is related to the subject, to the person. That's another ethical model. Another ethical model is the right thing to do, according to them, is called utilitarianism. And utilitarian ethics says that the right thing to do, the just thing to do, is what is in the interest of the majority. Anything that is in the interest of the majority is right. So if you summarize that, they say the greater good for the greater number. That utilitarianism. Jeremy Bentham, the other guys that subscribe to that. And another matter is called deontological ethics. Okay, deontology, if you want, those subscribe to that, they call it deontologists. So they believe that ethical model says you have the duty to do the right thing. It's duty-based ethic. Okay, and then I just talk about hedonism. Ethical hedonism is what? Nothing but pleasure center. And so the United Sapo Association, call it based on what I've been saying from our leader, he subscribes to hedonism, pleasure seeking, but you have to understand there is the Epicurean type of hedonism, and you have the Vulgar hedonism. So the Vulgar one is the one because Epicurus, who is the founder of the philosophy of hedonism or pleasure-seeking ethic, it was calibrated according to him. He put it such that he said anything your pleasure should be measured. It should not, anything that is excessive is vice. So it should be, your ethics should be, it's not, you can't just drink and drink and drink. So you got to be in moderation, according to Epicurus. But the vocal Epicurean, like President Chico Driola, they do everything over the top. So that's vocal ethic or hedonism. All right. So that's why we have a president. Our president and his followers, they are pleasure seekers. And so everything should be pleasure and pleasure and pleasure. Now let's listen to the update, and I will give you the report from Madam Schubert, who is a potential candidate comes 2023. She was given update when they did the fundraiser in Minnesota. So let's get to that video quickly here. Hopefully I get the right one here. I don't want to go to the wrong one. Let me start it from the beginning, guys. Let me start a video from the beginning. So I will be interacting with the video here. So if you listen to a message that's Madam Kaloshibe, she started analysis with Madam Kali Jabeli. And the reason Kali Jabeli is the subject of the fundraiser is because the woman asked for accountability. That's right. That's the only wrong thing the woman did. In the minds of the supporters of the president, including the president himself, don't ask for accountability. Once you ask for accountability, it's a problem. It's wrong to ask the president to give a financial report. Don't do that. That's sound. Let me see here quickly. Hello there. Hello. Let me see. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let me see here quickly. 1, 2, 1, 2. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's see. Hello there. Hello. Let me see. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let me see. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. If the sound is okay, let me know, please. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I tell you, it sounds okay now. Okay? All right, it takes forever for you guys to comment. If the sound is okay on your side, please give me a thumb up. That's what I want, just to make sure I'm following this. I don't want to be talking and then the sound is not good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. If the sound is okay, let me know, please. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, I think the sound is good for my end. I don't know. All right, it takes forever for people to comment just to do a time. It shouldn't be taking long. All right, so like I was saying, so maybe I will wait after the video before I wanted to interact with the video, and I don't know, but when I put the video on, the sound, there's a glitch in there. All right, let's see. I just wanted to play the video so you can hear it.
How are you doing, guys? That's true. Mr. President, thank you. The pledge is $900. That I'm paying next week. So the total tonight we raised $1,410. The grand total is $5,430. We never disappoint. When we say we do, the person must go. What? The person must go. The person must go.
All right. Let's see. Let me test my sound here before I get going. If the sound is good, but maybe the video is kind of obstructing my sound a little bit. So let's see what the sound will be good. I want the it delays from the gadget. So let's see. If my sound is good on your side, again, give me a thumb up, please. Yeah, it sounds better. I want the delays from the gadget, so I don't know what the sound does that. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let's see what's going on with my sound here. What's going on? Yeah. 1 2 1 2. I think it's better now. Let's see what's going on with the sound here. What's going on? Okay, fine. All right, the sound is good now. Cool, thank you. Thank you. 1 2 1 2. All right, guys. Sorry, I don't know why it makes that sound when I play the video. But anyway, so you just listened to Madam Carla Shibet. She made an update, and she started with Madam Carla Jebede Foley. Okay, she started with Madam Carla Jebede Foley. And the reason she started her speech with him is because, let me try again, make sure my sound is good. I want to make sure. She made an update. Okay, good. Okay, so the reason she started with Madam Carla Jebele is because Madam Jebele, the only thing she did wrong was to ask the president to give financial report. So basically, she asked for accountability. She was doing her job, but the president and his team, they don't find that to be okay. Don't do your job. We just want money from the account without accountability. And Carla Jebele said that's not okay. She's doing her job. So I didn't see anything that she did wrong, for which they will start a speech, or Madam Carla will start a speech with Carla Jebele. Oh, we supported her for 7 years, and da. And the people were divided, and Philadelphia group, you know, and all of that. That was uncalled for. The woman did nothing wrong. So now, the next thing she said, they are the money tree. Minnesota people, they are the money tree. And so, the money tree, you know, it's one thing to be a money tree, but it's another thing for your money to be spent wisely. Okay? It should not be based on individual. Okay? The money tree, when you get the money tree, take the money from the money tree and help the poor people in Liberia. And not just facilitating the pleasure trips of President Gio. If you want to do it, if you think that's the wise way to spend your money, that's fine. But don't bring other people in the picture. The board did, Madam Jebede did nothing wrong. She only asked for accountability, and the people went insulting her father and herself. Okay? And she said they are Republicans. And so the Minnesota group, they are Republicans. Whether somebody is doing the wrong thing or not, they will support you. President Gio is not giving accountability of anything. The COVID-19, $10,000, no report on that. That doesn't bother them. They are Republicans. They got to support their body. But guess what? Not all Republicans do that. All Republicans don't support wrong people. No. The impeachment trial, they go on time, the likes of Mitt Romney and other, they voted for Trump to be impeached. So you have to look at the issue, the merit of the issue. Is that trip necessary? No, it's not a necessary trip. It's a pleasure-seeking trip. It's a competition. Francis Clark Myers went to Liberia, so President Gio wants to go to Liberia too. The delegation of the building who have been done easily when Francis went over there. Just call the woman. After all, she is part of the National Executive Committee. She honored the umbrella of President Gio. So Gio could easily call the woman and say, oh, dedicate a building for us. Then the 5,000, almost $6,000 the people raised right now, we could put it in something. We can help a child over there who's not in school. We can build several hand pumps with that 5,000 something that Green is going to have party with right now. Okay, so there was something that Madam Shibet said, Madam Carla Shibet said that was alarming to me. Okay. She said in Sapo, those that don't understand Sapo, she said Sapo people, they have short-term memory, basically. They can't remember stuff. Only mind you, so this lady wants to run for office 2023, and she's telling you have short-term memory. You're the Sapo people, you don't think correctly. You can think, when you think about something today, the next day you forget about it. Okay? That is an insult to you. This is the woman that wants to be your leader. So these activities, these things that are going on, like when something happens, the way the person who wants to run, the way they talk about, the person talks about it, we are gauging the sentiment, how you control yourself. You will not allow sentiments, your emotions to control you. So Manashebe was controlled by her emotion, hence she insulted the people. They have short-term memory, they can't remember. Okay? It's an insult to the type of people. That's the people that you'll be asking 2023 to come and vote for you. But you are telling them you'll get short-term memory. You can't remember nothing. Because it is green now, so she remembers everything. Once it comes to green, she remembers everything. Okay? So you can see we are gauging the various candidates now. We are seeing how they're conducting themselves. Some people, they get short-term memory. If you go, you can understand some people listen to that video. That's what she said. They get short-term memory. All right. And they said she was criticized in Drazon. She doesn't have a house there. And so because she wants to run now, that's what we call quick impact project. She never had edifice. She had nowhere to sleep in Drazon. And so because now it's election time, the people start criticizing her. She said, in 3 months, you will see my marshal. Okay? So it's because of the criticism that you see the people doing stuff. Before then, they never care for our people. Okay? They don't have time for our people. But when they want something, they will come do quick impact. We don't want quick impact. We want sustainable, durable, long-lasting stuff and not quick impact because you want position from the people. So that speech Manakala made, she thought she was showing her passion to green, but she exposed herself. The people, the type of people get short-term memory. They can't remember stuff. She built a mansion because they criticize her. She doesn't have somewhere to sleep. So she said, give me 3 months. You'll see my mansion. She didn't say, your mansion, my mansion is for her. It's not for the people. So you got to understand that. This is for her. It's not for the people of Sino County. All right. So, President Gio is happy. He got his money. We want to, in a special way, congratulate Madam Kalija Bedifole for pressing the president to produce report, asking for accountability, because the accountability that the woman sought, that compelled the president to leave our money now and asking a member to raise funds. That's what it's supposed to do. You cannot go in our account without giving you a report. No, we can't take that. And so we started a campaign on Facebook. We wrote the article, and the board member came and said, you know what? Since my colleagues are afraid, they don't want to ask Green for accountability, I will go to the general meeting and ask the president. The 7,000 on the agenda should be replaced with financial report. That was excellent. That was excellent. I want to clap for the lady. That's what we want. We can be taking, the United Support Association is not an ATM machine for President Gio. Even the ATM, the money can run out. You can't just be taking money and taking money. You're not checking the ATM balance. Your bank account, you can just take money from there without checking the first thing you do is actually you look at your receipt to make sure how much is in your account. So the guys, they're angry. The woman asked for accountability, and so the woman a bad woman. So the deal, hey, whatever they do will go. But here is the problem, this type of people. What benefit the people for whom the so-called Nessa quarter was built, what are they going to benefit from this building? What are they going to benefit for the 6,000 plus that they're about to get deal? They said it was 5,400 something. If you follow the video, it went to the cash they gave him. It was $5,635. They added somebody added $100 and stuff like that. You know, so if you added 900 plus, the man is up there. What is it that our people are going to benefit from this money that they are giving Green Code Gio? What are they going to benefit? What? Now, let me take you to something here quickly. You see, we are not using the organization. I just show you this young man, Lester WLEH. Lester WLEH just graduated today from the University of Liberia with a degree in chemistry. Okay, smart, supple guy. Sapo boy. We can't help Lester to go for his master's. We're going to give the money to Gio to go and dance and then come back. That's it. What if we help Lester to become a chemist, to become a doctor? Why not help Lester? Why not use that 5,000 plus and give you a scholarship? What is wrong with that? That would be the judicial, that would be the wise way to spend our money in our own pleasure. Yes, another young guy I want to show you here. Lester is a very smart guy. It's a Sapo guy, and it's a United Sapo Association in Americas. And we're not helping Sapo people. We are helping Green to go have party. This is the young man who is a journalist in SINOE County, Patrick Bolu. That's a Sapo guy. Smart guy. We can't help Patrick to advance a journalistic degree, to be the renowned global journalist. He has to be relegated to SINOE, voice of SINOE. We can't have the young man. In fact, the young man is sick. We can't raise money. I set out GoFundMe so we can raise some money to help the young man. Nobody, I think Milton Sheber donated. Alex Sonnenborg, Noah made a pledge. Yes, that's the only people I can remember that show concern. The people now that just raised 5,000 in no time to facilitate Green's trip to Liberia, they didn't care because it came from dark side Yopude. But this young man is right now grappling with elephantiasis, or elephantiasis, American man would say. He's grappling with elephantiasis, and we can't raise money to help Patrick. But you are giving money to Green to go dance. So the old man and the papa and everybody can put a lapper down for Green to go dance on it, to go step on it. He will not be the Darius DeLong who will say, no, I don't want lapper. That's not why Green will dance on all people lapper. From there, he will not give them soap to you go watch it. Patrick was over there sick. We can help him out. We're raising money for people. This is another guy here, Maurice Saka, another smart Sapo guy. Morris also graduated from the University of Liberia with English degree. It's an English major. He wants to, the last time I talked to him, he said he wants to be he plans to be the Minister of Education in Liberia. That's the goal. To strengthen the educational system in the country. Morris got a scholarship. The government gave him a scholarship to travel, I think, to one of the African countries. We can't help Morris. Maybe he needs computer or something. We can reach out to the man and see how can we help you. This is United Sapo Association is here to help the Sapo people. But we are taking money and we're raising money in no time to just to go dance. Come on, people. We've been doing this for years upon years, and we are not seeing anything. And people say, Sapo, they're not relevant, and people are not recognizing Sapo people, because you are not doing something to make yourself relevant in the society. When you empower your people, you have more educated people. Your tribe is small, but you have more educated people in the country. The people will respect you. Whatever you want, you will get it relatively easily. But we're not thinking about these things. We want to send Green to go dance. All right. So you use your money. You raise money for Green. And the children there know the medical building over there, nothing in it. They can't raise money to put a bear in it, but they want to facilitate Green trip. No clean water for our people to drink. Mosquitoes injecting our people with plasmodium, malaria. We don't care for those things. But we want to send Green to Green wants to go to SINOE to go dedicate Nessa's quarter. All right, that's it. The United Sapo Association for you. Things that are important, we don't invest in important things. We waste time on frivolous things, unimportant things. Talking about sectionalism, single people did not come to the one. How is it that you're running for office and you're trying to bring sectionalism in your rhetoric because you want to send Green to Liberia? I'm talking to Madam Kalashibwe here. It's time to think out of the sectional box, especially when you want to be your leader. We will support a green, her own, I'm not green, but Kalejabele, her own single people, did not come. I mean, like, come on. What is, you love green to the point where you're going to be preaching sectionalism? It's sad for our people. I was in Liberia not too long ago. Our people are suffering. The SAPO Association, the chairman, I talked to Chairman Cole, and he said, he made a public speech as well. The one place that they will meet, because when they will meet at G.W. Gibson to talk to them. The man said they're looking to try to get a land to build a place. So maybe that place, if it is built, it could be rented out to people. It brings money. We can't help the people. In no time, the people raised $5,000, almost $6,000, give it to Green to go dance. Oh yes, I'll repeat that. These are the frivolous and petty things that are important to us. We are not thinking. People are going to space. People are inventing things. And we here and we're talking about sending somebody to Liberia to go have party. You serious? You're raising money in no time and people are sick in Liberia. You can't raise a dime and you want to send Green there to go dance. Wow. Sapo people, you disgrace me. You can't have a sage called the wise man called Dasayopo there and you go astray. You are going astray. And I will make sure to bring you on the right track. You are going astray. Oh yes. Your sons and daughters are sick in SINOE. And you are raising money for Green to go. That's what you want? Yeah, let me speak my original language to the people. But the guy wants to go over there and dance. He went there first. They gave me over. I mean, I don't know how much we generated the first time. The same thing. When Green comes, he will not get report because he's not accountable to anybody. I wish President Gio could have used that money instead of saying, going to Liberia. Let's come together. Let's sit down and put in something productive. I wish you would have thought that way, but no. They are fixated on going to Liberia to go dance. They want to sleep in a 5-star hotel. The man wants to drive a brand new vehicle. Oh, President Gio, you are going wrong. We thought that you were relatively speaking, you are a young man, so we thought you would have revolutionized the United States Association instead of doing the same thing over and over. And that's the definition of insanity. Insanity according to Einstein. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different result. The people before us for plethora many years, they did the same thing over and over. And our people condition the same. And the young ones that are supposed to think that are in the West, they are repeating history. They are repeating history. And this is what happens when you do not read history. You got to read and study your history so that you can make an amendment, so you can make some changes to the mistakes that were made. But Green is not following history. And therefore, he's repeating history. When I was a little boy, and the children are on the farm. Okay, one, you finish sinking all that thing, the people, after that pageantry and everything else, the people go by on the farm barefoot. And we in America now, and the people still maintain the same mentality. And so now I look at people, they kind of laughing at people back home. Some of us in the US, the only difference between we and the people back home is because of geographical differences. We are on a different land. That's a difference. That's one of the differences we have. One, geographically we are, but psychologically we think the same. We do the same thing. Yes. The only one thing I can point out, maybe people in the US they get different accent. They say they speak in Siri. That's an advantage you have. It's not an advantage. What can you do with that? When they're applying for job here, they're going to ask who speaks Siri. No. We have to add value to the population. Okay? Let's help, for example, Maurice Sako. Brilliant man. He graduated from the University of Liberia, SAMUKAI, with magna cum laude. He came first. Lester just graduated too from he got a chemistry degree. He came top in his class, or one of the top guys. Okay. Patrick is one of the sharp guys, SAMUKAI inside the country. He's sick. We can't help him. He wants to follow his education. We can't help him. But we're helping Green to go hard party. So welcome to the Voice of SINOE, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Voice of SINOE. I'll bring it to you so you can know how the community is degenerating. We are going down instead of going up. That's where we are today. Now let's transition to the next thing. But before I do so, I want to recognize you. Maybe I engage some of your comments that you have. I've seen some comments coming in. So Rose, Norman, welcome on board. Monica College of Billy Foley, welcome on board. Sonin, welcome on board. Jala, thanks for coming. Seeing Victor Sounds and others. So I recognize you guys. So let me see the comments that are trending right now before I go to the next thing. I saw Cooley Jetty as well. Cooley Morris, actually. I saw Mr. Cooley. You're going back again without solid tissue, but you'll be asking for one. All right, that's the opinion of the people. Okay, these are not my words. Green said he's going to make morale. Very good. That slipped my mind. That's very true. Yes, I should elaborate on that. I think I wrote it's kind of I should slap myself in the head because I wrote a whole article on that. The money that the president was asking for during the teleconference, the people say, what you want the money for? The man say, I won't go to Liberia and break morale. This is a morale for us. When we go there and the people see your daddy get in the building and they sing for it's a morale. Other people will be listening around the world and say, oh, some people went to Liberia and they dance. That's a morale. So president wants to go to Liberia to break morale. That's what he said. He wants morale. It's morale. It's not about helping the people. It's not about helping the little child who's not in school. It's not about buying some over-the-counter medication and equipping the hospital that was built. No, it's not about giving students scholarship. No, it's not about that. It's about morale. We want morale. President Gio wants to, he wants to bluff. Oh, yes. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. That was the whole purpose of the $7,000 you're asking for. It's meant for morale. And the people give it to him. Minnesota people say, you know what? Hey, we want you to go to Liberia and break your morale, sir. We want to boost that. We want to elevate your morale. That's what the organization is for. Yes, the same people. Minnesota chapter, they always going astray. When this guy was the president, Robert Tuba, they wanted to the same thing. They want Green to go to Liberia to bluff. So the man went against the Constitution and came on my show. Yeah, I did it. What you do to me? I took $3,000 and gave it to Green because the board gave sufficient money. So Robert Tuba went to the county and took $3,000 against the Constitution. No consequence. Nothing. No punishment. He went with impunity. The people turned around and gave him $500 to go buy copybook for the children. They ate the money. Now they're generating some money again to give it to Green to go dance. Is that a wise way to spend your money? All right. It's your money. That's how you spend it, but I think it's not wise. No, that's not how you spend your money in a humanitarian organization. If you say it's a humanitarian organization, help the people. Not be helping one person. All right? If one person is employed, let the man buy his own ticket. But hey, that the man they worship, President Gio has become a god in the United States Association. When he slings us, let the way Costa got his supporters, the people can just do fundraiser for him. Green, I will have Green too. Green, they can just do fundraiser for Green anytime Green wants to do the wrong thing, not the right thing, the raise fund for him. They love the God more than themselves, more than their income, more than the people in Liberia. Their own people, they say United States Association to help the people. But then green is the Lord and Savior. All right. So Jala said you don't see those people in that room. They have no tomorrow. Okay. All right. I'm running a campaign to make sure nobody turn up to his program. All right. Let's see how it plays out. Yeah, green gonna get convo. And we'll go there. Let me see the comment. Let me see another comment trending here. They did not support me blindly. I was one of those who ensured that green is where he is right now. I can vividly remember I was in Florida, 2016. And it was indeed Malakal and Issa Sabe and others. I didn't want bro green. The devil that they dressed, the devil now is in the town square and chasing them all around. That's a good thing too. Because we decried the likes of Madame Frances Myers, they opposed green. They said, no, this guy, he was working with Obaku. He wasn't even talking to Obaku. Nothing you could see the guy did. And you guys are bringing this guy on us. They don't listen. So, Malankati Jabole, the devil that you guys dress is now chasing you guys. So start writing on Facebook. Yes, it's your fault. Are you listening to Madame Frances Myers and others? Green would not have been doing what he's doing right now. So you got to stop the writing on Facebook. Let the people bully you. And that's what you want. You dress the man. The people say the town trial is not for ride along. It catches anybody, anything. You dress the man. You brought green on us. So you got to join the choir in Minnesota. Let us sing hallelujah to him. Green Gio, let you say, Issa Sabe, they shouldn't be complaining. When they are insulted by the surrogates of President Gio, they should join and sing hallelujah to Green. You brought the man on us. Yes. The same way you brought the man, you got to find a way to take the man from our backs. Or else, I will tell them, go ahead. Y'all do what you're going to do. That the man put green there, that the people that put green there. Green going to chase you guys all over the place. You saw the man. It was clear that he meant nothing. The man he was not up to anything. You don't see the man working with Obaku. Obaku was practically doing everything by himself. And he said, okay, we'll bring green. Because Obaku did well, so let the man continue with Obaku's legacy. But you were not working with Obaku. So why would you want to bring the man to be the president? And Malakali Joppa took the microphone and no, the next convention, oh, they don't want to bring it. Yeah, come in, baby. We don't want to bring it to, because at the time Charles Croji was running, he wanted to run actually. And so they didn't want Charles Croji to be the president. And Pennsylvania should abandon the next place for the next convention. But when it comes to convention, when the convention comes to Pennsylvania, Charles Croji is going to win. And so they play the politics to change the location because Pennsylvania, yeah, baby, well, Finny, I'll talk to you, okay? Good. All right. So they play the politics. Manakale Jabode and others, Mr. Issa Sabe, a lot of the guys on the board today, they play the politics, and that's how we got green today. They say, oh, let's carry it in North Carolina or South Carolina. All right. Yeah, my co-host, I'm hurting her ear. All right, so that's it. So they changed the venue of the convention so Charles Croji couldn't win. All right, and Green now is the president, and now they're complaining. No, don't ask the man for financial report. That's the man you wanted. Don't do that. I've been around here, though. Thank you, Madam Kalajabwele, for holding the man feet to the fire. That's how it's supposed to be. You can bring your friend, but you can still hold your friend accountable. Your friend is not above accountability. And that's the mistake more people make. My friend James Yonte, when he went astray, I rebuked him, man. He's my friend. But he goes astray. I tell you, brother, you're wrong. You can't do that. So if you're a true friend, a true supporter of somebody, tell the person their wrongs as well as their goods. You got to do that. You can't just look at the person, whatever the person is doing is wrong, and you still continue with that. You still support the person. So Kali Jebele is doing the right thing. She made a mistake. I don't know it's a mistake. No, it's a blunder. She made this blunder, and she said, you know, I have to correct the blunder. And so they say Green will win next election. Malakala say Green will be the next president. Now when Dasayopo is alive and well, we're going to make sure Green is democratically decapitated. Yes, with Big Green, he will cry. He can get a few of his supporters from Minnesota to be cheering him up. The defeat started from North Dakota. They wanted to carry the convention, to tweet the same thing they did. They wanted to tweet it around. No, we can't change it. We got the process, Constitution. So the next convention is going where it's supposed to go. They wanted to carry to Minnesota. So Green and Wayne said no. The guys started crying already in North Dakota at the barbecue. Why you want to, you guys looking for power? But it's not Minnesota turn. So why you want to take it to Minnesota? All right. So you're going to Florida, let Green truck you guys to carry you Florida or charter planes to carry you guys there so we can see where you can win. We'll make sure that Green is replaced. Because on his watch, what Nessie Quarter we can brag about? What is Nessie Quarter? What can Nessie Quarter do for the children that are in school? Or those that want to go to school that can't afford to go to school? And Nessie Quarter will put them in classroom. And Nessie Quarter will take away the pain of the old man in the village right now that want Tylenol. It's not Nessie Quarter. All right. Let's go to the next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the next thing. But before we go there, to the next one here, let me give you a quick commercial. I'll be right back here. Yeah, those that want to follow or you want to make a comment, the number is below there. If you want to say something, you are free to do so. All right, let's listen to the Queen of Traditional Mission. I'll be right back.
Watch out.
welcome back. Let me, if the sound is good on your side, just give me a thumb up. Hey, email, what's up? Zach Barboza, how you going? What's going on, buddy? Long time. All right, so welcome to the Voice of SINOE, the 23rd of February, 2021, not 19. All right, so we want to get to the next talking point here quickly. The next thing that I want to talk about here, after talking about the Support Association misuse of money, we want to showcase some of the candidates that we potential, as you say, potential candidates for electoral district number 3, people that want to come to run an electoral district number 3, 2023. Okay. So let's showcase some of the people here, and we'll make some comments on each of the candidates, okay? And we'll be looking at the profile of just 2 persons. All right. Let's see here. Let me start with, of course, you know that this lady, Madam Kalejabele is one of the candidates. She a potential candidate. She contested before, and she is coming back for round 2. And see how it plays out. So, but she ran 2017. I thought the timing was wrong, but let's see. Right now, the gladiator himself is out of the picture, and so we have a lot of political neophytes, you know, that are coming. And so let's see who will win. So, Madam Kalejabele, again, she a little bit of a resume. She was the president of the United Support Association. They took a lot of stuff to Liberia, the medical equipment and stuff like that, medicine. They took to Liberia, honor administration. At least the people that got something, you know, is not building, just building. That's his quarter. You know, she engaged Duke University, for example. They got a lot of medical stuff, and she took that to Liberia. And stay forever at the port. In Liberia, nothing is straight, and so because of that, the things stay too long at the port, and some of the medication they got rotten. All right, and so that's Kalejabele. Again, she contested 2017. She was defeated massively by the Gandhi. But she coming back. She got a project she took us the other day. She's building a multi-purpose building right now. She didn't call the location, but somewhere the thing is in the Jacksonville. So she's building like a mini mall inside of where people, you know, they have a business center, and people don't have to go to Greenville and Dredru and other surrounding cities to get what the basic thing that they need. And so when we have a business center over there, we'll make Jackson district attractive economically and otherwise. Okay. All right. So that's Madam Kalejabele. She will be contesting in 2023. Another person whose name we are hearing is called NYANTEH. NYANTEH is a lawyer, by the way. Madam Jebele is a seasoned nurse. You know, she's been practicing for several years. All right. That's her background. She's a nurse. And so Mr. NYANTEH is one of the potential candidates in 2023 that is coming for electoral district number 3, SINOE County. And again, he's a public defender. He has done a lot of things. He defends the people. For example, there was a lady in SINOE County whose land Senator Teji took using his power, but then he was a superintendent. It was Mr. NYANTEH and other guys that defended that lady, and they took the house from Senator Teji, and the house was given to the lady because that's her land. The man illegally built on the land. So he has been defending the public. Yes, in SINOE County. We'll read a little bit of the resume. Is one of the guys whose resume profile we'll be looking at. Okay, so Mr. NYANTEH has a political ambition. I understand Kalejabele is from the Jacksonville. Mr. NYANTEH is from it's a NYANTEH or NYANTEH from Kabade, I was told, around the Pound Town area. All right, so he's potential candidate for 2023. Now, let me get to the next person here that has the intention to contest in district number 3, SINOE County. We're also hearing Madam Helena Cheda, also wants to run in that district. That's we don't know again. Those are potential. We're saying potential. It's not actual right now. All right. So Elena Chella, we learned that she works for. So Elena Cheda is also, she wrote a post before, it has a political undertone. So Elena Cheda, I understand she works for Lone Star, I think, I don't know a position for sure. But as time goes by, we're going to be giving the backgrounds to you of the potential candidates for electoral district number 3, SINOE County. So Elena Cheda is one of the names that we are hearing in SINOE number 3, district number 3. We are hearing Kolo is making a comeback. Okay, Kolo contested in 2017 against Mr. Zaza, and he came second to Mr. Zaza. Okay, so Kolo is coming. When I went to Liberia, I met him. He's still seriously campaigning on the ground right now towards getting a position, but I'm not too sure whether he want to get it. I understand his background. He did theology or something. He studied about God. All right, so you're gonna go in the House of Representatives to go pray for the people. That he can do that in the church, but you don't have to go in the House of Representatives to go pray for our people. So he wants to go to in the people's house to go pray. He's a prayer man, Reverend Kolo. So listen to that name. He blown out. 2017, when Mr. Zaza won that election, his boys, they won on the rampage. They burst one of their federal citizen act. They started the pandemonium. One guy, the people were running all over the place. The other guy dropped from the motorbike. He died as a result, And so he campaigned up to now, no statement from him. He hasn't apologized, but apologizing would not make you politically relevant. Because in the first place, if somebody wins, if you don't win, the first thing you do, you call your supporters, you congratulate the winner. Up to now, he hasn't congratulated Zaza. So the man went to school in the U.S. He lived here for several years. Kolo has not exhibited some of the things that he learned from the West. Like when somebody wins, you call and congratulate the person. His boys, they attack Mark Newman. Right now, he has one eye. And I mean, the thing that was pissing me off when I had a conversation with him in Morovia, and he was like, "Oh, it was Zaza's own supporter that burst the man's eye." Are they serious? The people that jubilating, they will go burst their own. It was because you guys said Carmel Town is for you. And while Zaza people came there, they were provoking you. Come on, SINOE County is for every one of us. So whether you from Carmel Town or from Draws or from Carpet, whatever, anybody can go anywhere. And the Constitution of Liberia, they gave all the citizens the right to go anywhere once you don't commit a crime. But Kolo and the guy, they went and they were angry. Why the people dancing in front of them? They say the people whisper. How can somebody win election and the person will spill water on you? Why? And no evidence to that effect. They can't get any evidence. Oh, the people came to our place and they spilled water so that the man is coming back. We'll see whether the people will vote for you. He depends on Senator Teje and Dr. Clark and Romeo Kuyaren to promote him. Romeo Kuyaren won 5th time to beat him that the man depending on. He said, depending on Senator Teje, who he sell on political oxygen. Dr. Clark, nobody knows him in SINOE, he told us. And the people that know, when I went to Morovia, he said the people that know him. He self-said it. All right, so that's Kolo. That Kolo wants to run. He coming back. We're hearing Mr. KRAH is coming. We're going to be looking at the profile of Mr. KRAH as well. Okay, those are the two. We'll look at the lawyer, NYANTEH and KRAH's record or their profile. We'll look at it. We'll go into it and see what the guy in there. Okay, And the other guys, as time goes by, they make their information available to us. We also share. So that's KRAH. He also wants to run in district number 3. I was in Monrovia, Mr. Kai Jelly. Mr. Kai Jelly had a big meeting, a program where he invited all the Sapo people. He killed a cow. He asked the people, the Sapo people, to talk to the other candidates to back up from the race. You know, so he made an appeal to the people. We don't know whether the appeal will hold traction. We don't know for sure. So, but I understand he has a background in civil engineering. He's currently one of the ministers in Liberia. I don't know exactly where he works, but he's an assistant minister somewhere. All right, so financially he's up there. That's one thing. If you're a politician, you want to get elected office, you have to have good pocket, you know. All right, so Kai Jelly is he's contesting. He made that clear for sure during the program. And we have Madam Shigbe, Carla Shigbe is also coming. She's running. She will be running. She said when she went to Johnson, the people said she doesn't have a house, and so right now she hasted building a house, you know, so she can have a house or shelter in Johnson. Okay. Academically, we don't know her background. I don't know. I can speak to something I don't know. We know for sure she's a staunch Green supporter. Our children don't have school fees right now. They are not in school. Some are sick. Our hospital, nothing in it. She hasn't spoken anything about the corruption of killing our people in the county. Because if there's no corruption, the money will be directed in the areas where children will get services, you know. But you know, she's supporting Green. Who is doing nothing. So I need those things instead of her advocating for children to get copybooks, to get uniform, to get scholarship and those things, right? She's not doing that. She's not advocating for those things. She's advocating for Green to go to Liberia and dance. And so the reason, you know, trying to raise almost $6,000 to give it to Green. But our children are sick. Like I'm talking about Patrick Bolu, for example. It's a Sapo guy. I did a GoFundMe. She doesn't care to campaign for that. You know, but she wants to be a representative. Let's see how it plays out. Let's see another person that has a desire to contest 2023. Another person we are hearing is Chris. Is it Tababo? I think Chris Tababo is another young guy who wants to run. I don't know his background, but that's the name we are hearing. In SINOE, district number 3, who wants to contest. Seeing the poor manager, he also, I will show you a picture, but I think he wanted to persuade some of the young guys to support him, you know, I don't know. But that's Christine Tubabo, I think. Sorry if I don't call that name right. The poor manager of SINOE County, of course, Alex Sonnenberg Noah is also contesting, or he has a desire to contest. So he has a lot of projects going on right now. Quick impact project. In various towns and villages across the county. He's doing his best as well, you know. Politicians, you know, you have to do something for the people. All right, so he has some stuff going on right now, building some toilets in Gubadi, got some project going on in Drazan and stuff like that. All right, so Alison Noah, he's the current pool manager of SINOE County. I mean, the envy because of what he's doing. He's helping a lot of young people. A lot of people. He's very generous, and people are envying him for what he's doing. And even including our county senator, you know, he wants to take him to the slaughter hall, or the man took himself to the slaughter hall. So Senator Teji is after him, and so because he's seeing the man potential, the man is rising, and so you know, you took yourself to the slaughter hall. I would take care of you the way I took care of Stanley Toba, you know, so Sonnenberg got to watch out. All right, that's one young guy that's coming. I think his background is public administration or something like that. We're going to give you more as time goes by. All right. We're also hearing Hilton Jero. Hilton Jero wants to run as well in that district. That's another name we are hearing, Hilton Jero. I don't know Hilton's background. All right, and so we can say more in that direction. But so those are the people that we want to showcase right now. Is a lot of people. It's not a whole list. It's just few names images that we are showing you right now. District number 3, SINOE County, will be crowded 2023. Yeah, everybody is going over that, but for sure, I would tell you that the winner of that county will be this person whose hand that will be held by Honorable Zaza. Whoever Zaza approves will be the winner of that district. All right. So I've seen some people, they are antagonizing the man. The man told you he's not running, but then you are going after him. But now, there's something I wanted to talk about here. Now that I've shown you the potential candidates, there is something that I wanted to show you here with respect to the decision that was made by the sample people in Minnesota, including our queen, WLEH. She participated in something like that. So this is the school that was one of the schools that were built by Mr. Zaza. I mean, assuming the $5,000 or $6,000 that were raised, it was raised for the building. You know, these lawmakers, they are playing their part. So we too, as citizens, we could do our part and say, okay, maybe we'll put computers in these schools, all right? Or we'll buy chairs and stuff like that and put it and equip the building. You know, that's something we can do. The lawmaker did his part. He built a whole school for, I mean, he Johnson District. He built a school in that area. All right. I can even let me call something to tell you to come to my aid on this one. All right. I don't like to say these things without giving you evidence. So that's a school. The type of people who have just done something, put some benches, get maybe a generator to power the building, something. You know, play your part too as a citizen. You know. So let me come in draws on what Mr. Zaza did that we can also equip that building. All right, let's tell you, give a report on that.
A representative from constituency number 3 in SINOE, Honorable Zaza. Before Zaza became a representative, there was no high school outside of Greenville. And through his work, we have a high school in Joasa. Am I hearing those? And I want to thank him for such a brilliant piece of work in our county.
So, the senator just gave us that update. So imagine the Sample Association could just put money, raise money like Madam Carlo did. She could just raise money and say, okay, that building that the first high school outside of Greenville, as Senator Teddy told us, we can put state-of-the-art equipment in there. Provide stationery for teachers and students. Okay, we can modernize the place. You know, now they're still using chalk on the blackboard. We could modernize it and put whiteboard so they can use the marker, you know, and stuff like that. We got this thing at a dollar store all over the place. All right, but we are not focusing. We're not looking in that direction. All right. So let's quickly give you a little profile of two of the candidates, and I will go to the next talking point here. So let's look at navigating the profiles of WLARYEE, NYANTEH, and KRAH. Let's look at their legacy, their profile here for us. So let's look at what these guys have. Okay. Let me quickly go to one of them, not in particular order, as I always tell you. So let's see. Let me open this one. So let's look at Mr. MYER first. Okay, KRAH. Let's look at his a profile here that was published on Facebook. Let's look at Mr. KRAH. Let me get his image out there for you so we can look at his profile. Okay, so that's Mr. KRAH. He wants to contest in 2023 SINOE County Electoral District number 3. And so there's a profile that was posted online for him. In this series called, I think Oscar Tuba is the one that going, I think the guys are giving their profile to him and publishing them on Facebook. So they call this Know Your Contestants. Electoral District number 3, SINOE County. We continue our series with Mr. Honorable KRAH from Lower Johnson, SINOE County, Liberia. Okay. So the early education, let's start with education, what they got here for us. Early life in education, actually. So Mr. KRAH, born in Habel City, Margibi County, to Mata Jala, and Aaron Mitchell KRAH, both deceased. Okay, that's something you got to know about him. According to the profile, he graduated from Samuel Ford Dennis High School in 1980 and departed for the United States in April of 1987. All right, Mr. KRAH he has a Master of Public Administration degree from Strayer University, Morrisville, USA, a Bachelor of Business Administration, Finance and Marketing, North Carolina Central University, Durham, North Carolina, USA, University of Liberia, uncompleted, departed for the United States in 1987. Samuel Ford Dennis High School, graduated in 1980. Okay. Experience. Let's look at Mr. KRAH's experience. Number one, member of Students in Free Enterprise, USA, in SAFE. I don't know what that is. Number two, member of Marketing Association, USA, Vice President, United Sapota Association in Americas, 2010, June 2020 to 2021, 2011, sorry. Let me read that again. United Sapota Association in Americas. He was a Vice President, 2010 to June, 2010 June to 2011. Co-founder and first Financial Secretary General, United Sapota Association in Americas, 1989 to 1998, and additional two administrations. Number five, member of Congress for Democratic Change, USA. All right, plan of action. Okay, what he wants to do for ED3. Let's listen to what Mr. KRAH has for us. Plan of actions for ED3 SINOE County. My number one priority as representative will be to fight for quality education and creating economic incentives for our district to attract, recruit, prepare, retain, and reward qualified teachers. Okay, that's what something Mr. KRAH is planning to do. I'll read that again. My number one priority as representative will be to fight for quality education and creating economic incentive for our district to attract, recruit, prepare, retain, and reward qualified teachers, to offer teacher training at the undergraduate levels and leadership training programs for school principals, to provide incentives for staff to meet performance content benchmarks for the West African Examination Council. He also to provide real life learning opportunities in our district. He wants to focus on reading, writing, speaking, mathematics, and problem solving for all students level, all student levels. Also, he hopes to reduce the number of dropouts, eliminate achievement gaps, and with the goal that no SAPO child will be left behind. Okay, so no child left behind, basically, but this one is SAPO specific. Okay, these things will be the first cornerstone of my service, including scholarship, fund drive for students, sanitation facilities, create jobs, restore agriculture, and to construct a bridge between Saba Town and Tuba Town. And the list goes on. Okay, so these are some of the things Mr. MYER KRAH wants to do. But I think there's a nail in the coffin here when he said, no child left behind for the SAPO people. Okay, I'm paraphrasing. We hope to reduce the number of dropouts, eliminate achievement gaps, and with the goal that no SAPO child will be left behind. Okay, all right. The question that comes to mind here is, why only SAPO? District number 3 is not only SAPO people. So are you coming to be a SAPO lawmaker? So why not be? Why you can say no SINOE child left behind. It has to be SAPO child. And so right there it's a discrimination. And the opposition, the opponents will bat you on that. The man is only coming for SAPO. Okay, we already have the tribal element in the county. So as a politician, you have to be politically correct. You can't only target one group of people. So that's a nail in the coffin right there for. But hopefully we'll have time to bring the candidates here to talk to our potential candidates on the Voice of SINOE so that we can navigate these, ask the hard questions on some of these, the how and the why. How are they going to address some of the things? It sounds good to say these things, but how are you going to get the money and all of that? How are you going to go about all those things? Okay. So let's look at your family, Mr. KRAH, MYER KRAH. I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters. My oldest son, sister, and younger brother are deceased. Died during the Civil War. I am single, but I'm blessed with 6 living children. Okay, so Mr. KRAH is single, but he has 6 living children. So he's a widower. Okay, 4 of the, is that a widower? No, let me see. I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters. My oldest sister and younger brother are deceased. Okay, no, not his wife. Sorry, I take that back. They died during the Civil War. I am single, but I am blessed with 6 living children. 4 of the 6 living children were born in the United States, and the other 2 are here in Liberia. 3 girls and 3 boys. Okay, and then his accomplishments: he built a house in Billable Creek, 2010. Besides, I gave donations, cash, to the SAPO dialogue nearly 12 years now. Okay, so that's something he's been doing. Okay, he built his own house, and that's I don't know, that's accomplishment for the people or for himself. Okay, so it's personal accomplishment. You got to qualify that English. Personal accomplishment. So he said he give donations, cash to the SAPO. But what's about the crew, the Mandingo, the different tribes in the county? Why it has to be SAPO, dollar, everything is SAPO. So basically, Mr. KRAH is coming to be a SAPO lawmaker. Conclusion here, according to the profile, a candidate as representative electoral district number 3 in 2023. My extensive work experience in both the public and private sectors has given me the practice and understanding I need to work actively in government and with all other constituents. Therefore, I am confident that I am the most qualified candidate to be a representative for our district in 2023 general election. Okay, so that's Mr. KRAH. A little bit of him that you have to know. Okay, so let's go to Mr. NYANTEH. The next person we want to talk about here for today, Mr. NYANTEH, who has the political desire for district number 3, SINOE County. Let's look at his profile here. Let's go to that quickly. And right here it comes. Mr. NYANTEH profile. All right, so Mr. NYANTEH profile here. Let's talk about the early life and education. It starts from there. So he's born in Chebiot Town on 15/10/1964. Started his elementary education in Chebiot Town, Wakaba District, SINOE. Briefly attended William V.S. Tubman as WMR. I think William V.S. Tubman, I think that means it's a WMR. So it's William V.S. Robert Tubman High School in Bond County from grade 8 to 9 at the top of his class, and later graduated from the Pinetown Junior High School in 1981 as valedictorian of the class. He graduated from Zredru Multilateral High School in 1984 with BBA degree. He has a BBA degree, business business administration with emphasis in managerial psychology. He minored public administration. He enrolled at the Louis Arthur Graham School of Law in 2005. Graduated in 2009 with LLB degree in law. Postgraduate diploma in research methodology. 2 months seminar course, strategic leadership. He has a diploma in legislative process and bills drafting, amongst many others. All right, so he's a quite educated guy. Working experience, private security, mosquito police in 1989. He was a media relations officer, assistant director of media relations and motion pictures, also acting director, media relations and motion pictures. He was a director of research and planning, Ministry of Information. Mika, administrative assistant, served as Honorable Baba and the late Wabad, respectively. Resource Assistant Office of Honorable Bar during the NTLAG actually, and Salif's administration respectively. Staff counsel with the Wright and Associates law firm from 2009 to present. Okay. A legal consultant and recovery officer, a global bank, Fifth Street, Monrovia, Liberia, public defender, poor people lawyer, okay, for SINOE County since 2013 to present, sorry. Vice President SINOE County Bar, that is lawyers from SINOE County that live in Liberia, member of the Liberia Bar Association and member African Bar Association. All right, so Mr. Nyantehe is well-grounded. A personal life, he's a widower. That means his wife passed away. May her soul rest in peace. But presently quoting Madam Vala G. Nyanswa. All right, so currently talking to somebody, Vala G. Nyanswa, a doctor of the Waja section, Wakaba District, SINOE County. Conclusion here on the profile, the calling to Honorable WLARYEE Nyantehe. He has a beautiful platform that will be presented to the district. But among them are good lawmaking that will be in the interest of people of Liberia. Better representation that will benefit the district and people, proper oversight. Okay, so that's the profile of Mr. Nyantehe. Okay, I'm tempted to read it. I made a lot of mistakes in there, so let me read it again early. So early education, he was born in Chebbetown, 10 Monday 15, 1964. Started his primary education in Chebbetown, Wakaba District, SINOE County. Briefly attended William R. Tubber High School in Brown County from grade 8 to grade 9 at the top of his class, and later graduated from the Pinetown Junior High School in 1981 as valedictorian of the class. Graduated from Zwedru Matularo High School in 1984. He got a BBA degree, which is business administration with emphasis in managerial psychology. He minored in public administration, enrolled at the Louis Arthur Graham School of Law in 2005, graduated in 2009 with LLB degree in law. Okay, postgraduate diploma in research methodology, 2 month seminar course, strategic leadership, a diploma in legislative process and bills drafting, amongst many others. Okay, working experience, private security, mosquito police, 1989, media relations officer, assistant director of media relations and motion pictures, Acting Director, Media Relations and Motion Pictures, Director of Research and Planning, Ministry of Information, Administrative Assistant, served Honorable Baban and the late Waban, respectively. Resource Assistant Officer or Office of Honorable Ba during the NTLAG and Liberia's and Salif's administration, respectively. Staff counsel with the Wright and Associates law firm from 2009 to present. A legal consultant and recovery officer, Global Bank, 5th Street, Monrovia. Public defender, poor people lawyer for SINOE County since 2018 to present. Vice President, Public Defender Association of Liberia. Vice President, SINOE County Bar, that is lawyers for SINOE County that live in Liberia. Member of the Liberia Bar Association and member of African Bar Association. Personal life, a widower, but presently courting Madam Vala J. Nyonswan, a daughter of the Wedger section, Wakaba District, SINOE County. Conclusion, according to Mr. NYANTEH, he has a beautiful platform that will be presented to the district, but among them are good governing or good lawmaking that will be in the interest of people of Liberia, better representation that will benefit the district and proper oversight. All right, so that's the profile. Mr. NYANTEH is well equipped to serve in a capacity. Is after all his lawmaking, so he's a lawyer. So he's a viable candidate. All right, so I just wanted to talk about these two sons of SINOE County that want to contest in 2023. All right, SINOE County. All right, so that's a little bit of those two people. And we'll have a quick commercial. We'll be right back to end the show for the day, the last talking point, before we let you go. So stay with us, and we will be right back.
Everyone tired with you.
all right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Greeter Hunter, give a chance. All right. Let's get to the next thing that I want to talk about today, which I call the land of liberty without justice and the degeneration of the moral code, the case of BROWNIE SAMUKAI. All right, so you have been following the development with respect to the senator-elect of Luther County. There's Mr. SAMUKAI, BROWNIE SAMUKAI. That's a picture right there, a flyer. But this flyer is alarming to me. All right. Jala, you can call the line, the phone. I opened the phone line earlier, so you are free to call if you have something to say. All right, the phone lines are open. All right, so then BROWNIE SAMUKAI was the former Latin defense minister under President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and he was taken to court. The lower court gave the ruling that he embezzled the AFL soldiers their money in a tune of 1.4 million United States dollars. That money was squandered by him. All right, guys, let me see the call coming in here. 1 second, Chief. Hold on a second. All right, let's see. Let me take a call here. Hey, Jara, welcome to the Voice of SINOE. What's your take?
Very much. Thank you. I'm going to do two things here. I'm going to speak English and I'm going to speak Sabo for the Sabo people to understand what I'm trying to say.
Good. Go ahead.
The first thing here is now that the Sabo people beginning to see the real true color of green video, I don't know what they're going to do now. Because as we see right now, the money in their account is not safe and it's not been safe. We don't know what's in there. When we reported the first time that we need a letter to sue those people to get them out of this organization or get them over the money. But now, that every money that we spend to go to all these conventions, it's in the hand of Green Deal and Darrell, whatever his name is, Christopher Waddy. It's in their hand, and they can use it anytime they want. These guys, they just playing with us, and some people, all they do is they keep quiet. Now I'm going to put in Sapo for those who can understand Sapo. They're caught out Sapo, you know, my death, or my Asia death. No, oh, about I didn't call. I'm going to say, you say dead, no. Green Deal, so about on so they bowing. They bowing that you need to have many years. More bad you could get it. The Green Deal, you know, quickly. The Nisa Nane. Also, the Parasebay. And Aku, I know. After I'm going to see, my Elizabeth, and then someone Shelley Queen. After when you're not Minnesota, now put green decon, and you put every now met, now 3 now Jawri. When you green, you are both them. You want English to say, same, I'm quattering. After when I brought the upward, we ask clever. On se tasse wajibo. On se tamwani sawan tojibo. On yo tariste. Yo pour nous abri, ande abri. Moi ba de bodini. Apo bu, agari neti koro, on si a denoué ne bobo. Yo clinique. On est de voyant ne be. Ne sabe ni no do na fa du go. Apa blichi clean. Ne courant par est drague pour n'a pas au bout on est pas mal. Na tout go. the more bad you put it diably. Then you're not on that. And now, about that deal. On blue, the more brown. Probably, New York, Cabo, New York. I then you don't have a New York, necessary good day. No, I knew by New York. Yakaba, I put a good Amusugu. Our nothing to good body, our better to good body, generally to grow. Any day I'm thinking, this is how you are, body. Let's stop with the not transit their combat. I'm feeling letting who need to start ready. Now, I will start that way. Say, I don't know, only get Tiana. Tiana, Tiana, two both. They both, what are we? There are no exam to both. How you say what said their combat? What said about what is not possibly? I'm not a Minnesota. I'm telling another body. Do you know how many people every day? The last time that I came from the Chebusan, next to Bambustan, between Bambustan and Chidostan, the intersection of wire. What's the people over there? Before you reach Bambustan, then Chidostan, the people are suffering. Every time we go from one convention to another, putting money places. Therefore, each year will come and just see the money without no respect for anybody.
NYANTEH, let control. I know this is emotional, but let control the French.
Yeah, sorry for that. But the people in Minnesota, will celebrate the painfulness that our people going through, and the thing is good for that's only good. This is not politics. If they cannot see the pain of these people, it dwells them. It's simple. Jerusalem, Barawan, Vulgar, Jerusalem, Tyson. If they can't see the pain of these people, then they must just forget this type of organization thing. Minnesota can have their own thing where they can only support green. But this is too much. It's type of people don't want to wake up at the moment and stand up to Minnesota people and look in the face and tell them. Then they will forget the whole type of thing.
So, James, you spoke of the insecurity of our money, in the possession of the president and his team. So, what is your proposal in salvation or in saving our money? What will you propose?
We need signature to take their people to court and get them out of the account. I said it before, and I promise you again. If I can get 50, I will pay the whole fee, the filing fee, the court fee, every fee that the court will request to just get these people off. Because the last I didn't know Dakota own. I didn't get the report. But every time Dara make a report, it's in black pen. You can't even read it well.
So, but who do you want to initiate the court or the lawsuit? I mean, why can't you initiate it?
The board should be number one. Stand up, and we need people for every chapter. If we every chapter, Minnesota, if we can get 15 here or 5, North Dakota, if we can get 5, North Carolina 5, Philadelphia 5, that will be enough to take the court.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a constitutional requirement, though.
Forget that constitution.
Why?
Everything does not require constitution.
No, but if you do that, then you don't have an organization. You are just doing stuff randomly.
The organization thing here now will put aside. Matter the money that we collected in Philadelphia, the CP that we get. When they get a report, they will say $160,000. That was the report. For that time, money being paid to do this and do this, they can't make no report. If the organization was exist, Great Joe will not be, they will not be costing people just asking for common report. But because organization is not exist, the only people that have organization is Minnesotans. Because that's all they believe in. They believe in green. That's the only place that has the organization. So if they speak, that's it. Nobody else can speak. So that means we don't have organization. We only have Minnesota.
So, but James, what is your frustration though? The people, the money that was generated, it came from their personal checks. So, why are you frustrated about?
What I'm frustrated about, it came from a personal check. Good. That it came from a personal check. I don't have the problem. But when you know you want to support things that is not right, if the child cannot get a Tylenol and dying from headache, if the child cannot get a cough syrup and they cough into something and they die, and you hear supporting pleasure, I don't care whether you get it from nursing home or you get it from factory, whether you are your own check, I don't care. But then don't be part of the people who think sincerely in the mind, who believe that our people need help. Don't be part of them. That's the frustration.
Yeah, but they still contribute though. So if you say, oh, because you use your money unwisely, therefore don't contribute to other activities, is that what you're saying in other words?
Because that's the reason today that our money is going out of the account slowly because they see that they got a key in the hand. So they can open the lock at any time with no borrowing, with no even thinking or giving anybody respect. The father, they teach all type of people how to be respected because we all want to be great. We don't leave our houses to go to the place to take money. We don't put the money into the place for green drills and other people who think they're in power to just use it with no respect. So you know
something that is green, I mean not green, but James, something that is alarming to me though. I don't know why this time around they decided to do fundraiser for the president when Madam Dorothy Shadima, they just went into the account and took the money. Why they couldn't take the money this time around? They have to do fundraiser.
You see, look, what they're trying to do here is they take money from over there.
Mm-hmm.
They have to put it in the pay that, oh, we can't send the people allowing.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do the same thing because they're already allowing that we take money to give for Madam Shepman. The fact that now they say they collect over there. No money, tomorrow money.
Mm-hmm.
The president of Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
These are the people who go in to affect you if you go deeply.
Mm-hmm.
This money, I think, all this money is talking about. The president, Casey Wallet. He's part of it.
Oh yeah, that's something that, I mean, they did it before, so would that be? I wouldn't be surprised if it were to go in the account again.
That's exactly. They just try to block on people. They just see that. Like I said, they just see that we don't have eyes to see and we are crazy. So they sat down over there. All that play they were doing. At the end of the day, that's exactly what they do.
Yeah, but you're a member of that chapter. If you want, you can seek an inquiry, though, with respect to
the first one that I spoke about when Robert stole the money, when they stole the money, 3,500. Any type of person saying no.
No, but I think that what you did was noble because I think it precipitated an audit. I think the board affirmed your case. You know, when they did the investigation.
And what they did? What they come out with?
No, the report was published, but I think they didn't take any action after that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Making a report and publish it doesn't mean anything. So what makes you think it's going to change anything?
Right.
So when it's like I've been saying it, that's the only way. Can you imagine? Like you were saying, Uncle Matthew got a bill or something over there. Even Mr. Tupac, a man who been teaching people in Johnson, Robert Tuba, uncle or father, whatever, said the clinic are here. It's okay. The only thing we need is to modify it and tell to the extent. So we need something in it. Instead of putting money into another something, we can use that money. No, they said no. They built guest house. We're not going to benefit. They want to pay $7,000 to go.
Yeah, but James, I want to push you on the guest house. When you criticize it, you voted for it though.
listen, it is true that I voted for it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? The reason that because the fact that I voted, because the people wanted to build some more than one. So what I did was to turn so the case passed to go building about 2 or 3.
No, but they got 3 options. There were 3 buildings, 1 building, and no building. But he opted for 1.
Because the people wanted to go for 3 buildings, and I don't want that. Because that's what I said 1. Because I don't want the money to go to 3 buildings.
No, but my thing is, why are you vilifying it when you supported that campaign?
How do you mean?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes when you are in some areas, sometimes it's better to hold on to something than not to hold on to nothing at all.
No, but if you think you got to look at the options are bad. So the option at the time was build 3 buildings, build 1 building, and build no building. Okay, let's advocate and say, okay, let's make I think you have you're a good mobilizer. You could just campaign and say, let's build a school building. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I said there was I couldn't get no support.
Mm-hmm.
I tried before the started hospital thing. I was the first person to say that money can be put to be there to every big city in the South Land. The Balostan, Canada, Vulgar, Petty, everything. No big time. You can build at least the drugstore. So we don't have transportation around. So when somebody have a headache, they can run to the drugstore, at least get a drug, buy drugs, take it before you be able to go to the clinic. And guess what? Your drugstore will be able to support the clinic that will be in Johnson. At least the people will be taking those things, and that money will be coming after the drugstore get the money, then support the clinic.
Yeah, but Jim, I think another thing I was thinking about too, because I was in Liberia, and even Obuti is a supporter of President Gio. But his girlfriend passed away because no facility. So I was thinking, like, okay, why don't we use $20,000 or even the $5,000 to get green? We can buy used ambulance with that, right? So that the people will then go get on motorbike when they're sick. You know, when somebody pregnant, you can put on motorbike to carry them to the hospital. We can use our $5,000 and get us a used ambulance out here.
I said that thing over and over. So, but the fact is, the fact that the Sapo people in Minnesota, I'm so disappointed in them. Because every time you turn the internet on, you see children, you see our people, yourself in Liberia, you see the pain that people going through in there. Please.
Yeah, I was there. I saw it. The people are suffering, man, and they're looking up to us. The people were looking up to us.
Can you imagine? Green Deal, Christopher Wally, Robert Tuba, in your hometown. He left from here and went all the way over there. With not paper towel that Christian man worked with him. As a national president, and you live on the place where that also everywhere. The people you believe, and that's the thing that's so painful to see these people in that room. Number one, they don't even have the social distance. They're not even thinking about their own health. They will go home with a coronavirus and give it to other people. They're not thinking all those things. At this time, they gather into the room, forgetting to know that the coronavirus still going on.
All right, James.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for your contribution, man. Let me get to the stuff so I can wrap the show up. Been on for a while.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for your contribution. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was James NYANTEH. He was the former mobilization chairman for the Minnesota chapter. He was actually unconstitutionally suspended by President Casey Wiley. And I don't know, but now, up to now, I mean, almost 2 year plus now, the suspension has not been lifted. He was the former mobilization. Excuse me, guy. All right, so that was James NYANTEH. All right, now let me get to the talking point I was talking about. So anybody, if you're following the show, if you want to talk, there's a number at the bottom of the screen there. You can call that number, and I will bring you on to have your say. All right. So I was talking about this right here. Let me get to my talking point before James got on. let's see here. I was talking about my talking point was land of liberty without justice and the degeneration of the moral code, the case of Brownie SAMUKAI. Okay, so like I was saying, Mr. Brownie SAMUKAI was the former defense minister under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and he mismanaged the AFL money, the soldiers, and so he was sued, and the lower court declared him guilty. The amount that he squandered was 1.4 million United States dollars. Okay, that was the money that was squandered. But the alarming thing about that, the whole thing, is that Mr. Brownie SAMUKAI, after the embezzlement, and he was declared guilty by the lower court, he took a case to the Supreme Court of Liberia, and the Supreme Court upheld the verdict of the lower court. And so the verdict from the Supreme Court says that the former minister, he actually he's a senator elect for Lofa County. And also he was taken to court. The Supreme Court ruled that the ruling was he either pays back the $1.4 million or he goes to jail for 2 years. Okay, that was the verdict. So because of that, the people of Lofa County, they are raising funds to bail the men out who were declared guilty for corruption, for mismanaging the people of the AFL, the soldiers' money. And so that's what I call, and that's what brought me to the title of my talking point, the land of liberty without justice and the degeneration of the moral code. All right, so the first thing, the verdict itself, I have a problem with it. Okay, I have a problem with it because the court said the man embezzled $1.4 million United States dollars of the people money, the soldiers. But then you say this guy is guilty, but you gave him 2 options. Why would you give this guy options? He has to go to jail and, if possible, pay by the money. That would be a fair verdict. But you can give a man option and say, oh, you pay the money. If you don't do it, you go to jail for 2 years. Even 2 years for that sum of money, 2 years are not enough. Let me carry you down historical lane here. Why I say there is no justice in Liberia. Okay? The land of liberty without justice. Because if Liberia were a land of justice, Brownie SAMUKAI would go to jail for several years. He shouldn't be around, and the people are raising funds for him. All right, I will speak to the people attitude, and that's why I say the degeneration of the moral code. So let me show you something here for a second. Let me go down. Let me go in the belly of history here to bring you, because I like to talk with images. You know, it sticks in people's mind. All right, let's take you to the continent of Africa. Okay, let me just stay in the U.S. first before I go to Africa. Let me start from my motherland. Let's start from Africa. So let's go to Africa, and let's go to the southern part of Africa. You remember this president, Jacob Zuma, okay? Jacob Zuma was a former president of South Africa, and there was a corruption allegation heaped against him. And his own political party insisted, with the pressure from the EFL, the Economic Freedom Fighters. They mounted pressure on Jacob Zuma, and Jacob Zuma left power. He resigned. I think 2018. He was forced by the people to leave office. Okay. Now, before I got on air, I saw this article from CNN. All right. They did not just ask the man to leave, or they didn't pressure him. Guess what? This is what happening. You see, if you look at when I came out today, the article was published. Okay. So African Corruption Inquiry wants Jacob Zuma jail for 2 years after no show. Okay, after he resigned, they called him for evidence to interrogate him, because the father he resigned does not mean you're a free man. The people are still going after the man, and so they are asking now. Jacob Zuma has to go to jail for 2 years for refusing. He defied the people that he's not coming to the inquiry team. You see, this is not America. This is Africa. People will say, "Oh, Africa, there is no justice." Other countries are doing something about it. They are holding their leaders accountable. Jacob Zuma was the former president. We have BROWNIE SAMUKAI. Before I get to SAMUKAI, let me take you to another world leader. This is South Africa, okay? Let me get you to another leader here. Land without justice. This is Lula from Brazil, the former president of Brazil. He was one of the guys that actually revived the Brazilian economy. He carried on a lot of reforms in the country. Okay, but guess what? There was an allegation against him with campaign funds. The people campaign money, corruption, and the people investigated. And this man who revived the Brazilian economy, guess what? He was sentenced to jail for 9 years, 9 years plus. That's justice, holding people accountable. Okay? When I hear Liberia said a big man, we can't do that to the big man. We can't disgrace the big man. But I'm showing you two countries' presidents: Lula of Brazil and Jacob Zuma of South Africa. Okay, now let's go to the next person here. Let's come to the U.S. Let me take that bullet point down. This is Blagojevich. Rob Blagojevich, if you are familiar with Liberian United States politics, he was the former governor of the state of Illinois. Blagojevich was accused. Actually, they wiretapped his conversation. Okay, and when then Senator Barack Obama won the presidency, his seat was open. Rob Blagojevich was trying to sell his seat, Obama's seat. Guess what? They sentenced this man to jail for 14 years just for that, making an attempt to sell the open seat. 14 years. I think it was President Trump that commuted his sentence. Okay? And that's how he got out of jail. The president has the power to do that. Okay? Rob Blagojevich, he was sent to the jail for 14 years. Let's get to another historical precedent here. This is the president of the African state of Mauritius. Her name is Amina Fakim. Okay, Fakim was the former president of the state of the country of Mauritius in Africa. The woman was also accused of corruption scandal. She was using the NGO credit card to go shopping, and the people compel her to leave power. That's a country of justice. You hold the leader accountable. Okay? I show you leaders from around the world. Leaders from around the world that the people held accountable. I could go on and on. Now, I'm talking about the land of liberty without justice. And Liberia is the country that I'm talking I have in mind here. I'll show you 4 war leaders that were held accountable for their action corruption. But in my country, Liberia, prior to the SAMUKAI's case, we have then Superintendent of Sano County, Milton Teje. This is an article here, court issue arrest warrant. All right, somebody calling, sorry, guy. All right, court issues arrest warrant for Senator Milton Teje for economic crimes. Okay, that was then. So the case went on, and here is the verdict from the court. Teje guilty for corruption. He was declared guilty. Okay, He was declared guilty for corruption. Now, the same man is on record saying a lot of things. Let me play this audio for you. I'm making a point here to bring you to BROWNIE SAMUKAI. There's a reason why I'm doing this. So let's play the audio. Listen.
In the entire Republic of Liberia, I tell you that I have shown my 5 fingers to some of the poor father in my head. No, nothing. They will be so disappointed that got about going to them. No, I have a kind of tradition in my office. I was chairman, which I intend to continue. And that tradition is when I'm confronting people, I tell them the truth. They are the ones who are giving you this job. But without comparing you will not be. Okay. I also have young people behind me that need to work. So by God's grace, if we continue confirming you, because they have the 1 or 2 needs. When I put the agree, they are confirmed, please take a move for me. Let me be a PR officer in the agency. That's the reason why I get it. I get that.
Okay, so that is my senator from my county, Milton Teji. I have a kind of tradition in my office which I continue to, I intend to continue. Okay, he now say I intend to abolish it. I intend to continue that, and that tradition is before you are confirmed. I would say I got my own people here. You have to make sure you employ them because after all, we the one giving you the job. If we don't confirm you, will not get the job. And so you have to make sure you hire my people first before I can confirm you. Okay? So the mayor is not going there to vet people. He's only going there that's blackmailing the people. You got to blackmail you. If you don't do it, you can't do it. So it's Liberia for you. This man was declared guilty. And the court said, you know what? He squandered almost $4 million of Sano County development money, even though they reported 700,000. But after that, the verdict from the river says, they say, Senator Taylor should pay 50,000 United States dollars. After, when he doesn't pay, he should go to jail. The same thing the Supreme Court did. After 9 months, if he doesn't pay in 9 months, they should take him to jail. Senator Taylor has not paid 5 cents of that money, the $50,000, and the man is still in Congress making law in Liberia. A man who was declared guilty for corruption, the man who is on record and telling you corruption, I get it. Okay, he's telling you. So the land of liberty without justice. You have, this is the only country on planet Earth that I know where criminals will be making laws and people want the country to improve. How does that, how do you expect such thing to happen in your country like that? All right. So now I have given you, I'm bringing you to the case of BROWNIE SAMUKAI. So for the he was unfortunate that people say, you know what, we're not raising funds for you. We're not going to raise funds for you to pay the co-fund. You're supposed to go to jail. If you read the court, the act, they say the man circumvented. Okay, he bypassed the PPCC Act. And when you read that act, there's a section they call punishment. What should be done when you contravene, when you break the law? They say you should go to jail not less than 4 years, if not 5. Senator Teji broke, they said the court verdict said he bypassed the act. So Senator Teji is in office. The land of liberty without justice. Okay? Justice is where people are held accountable for their actions and not letting them go with impunity. This is impunity. Okay? So now BROWNIE SAMUKAI too was given impunity. That's impunity. In a country where they will say somebody ate $1.4 million of the people money and the people are having fundraiser for him. That's a degeneration of the moral code. What lesson are the people from local county? What lesson are they teaching their young ones? Oh, okay, you know what? Don't do the right thing. That's what it means. When you do the wrong thing, it will bail you out. We don't care what you do. think that's how especially those that subscribe to the Sandy and Power Society, they teach people to do the right thing. But they say, Brahmin Sanka, we love you. You ate the people money, we'll pay for it. Why the people cannot raise the money, the $1.4 million, to build a state-of-the-art university in Lofa County? It can build a university. It can build several schools across Lofa County. $1.4 million United States dollars. The people say the raising fund to build so the senator can go and sit in office. How do you expect people to respect your country when you have criminals in office running your country? You serious? I saw this guy and other lawmakers from the county. The guy was saying, this is politics. The Supreme Court made a decision and he said it's politics. It's not politics. The man ate the people money. My country is in a serious problem to the extent where the poor people themselves, you that are suffering, the people are supposed to come to your aid. Okay, the $1.4 million that you are raising right now, raise that money and give it to people to go into business. You can open several business or stores for people. That's what you're supposed to use that money for. What can you tell your child when you do this? And you say, oh, it's wrong to do the wrong thing. Your leader did the wrong thing. And you say, because he's my leader, so I will bail him out. We'll pay that corruption. We'll pay that $1.4 million that he squandered. And people are saying, Ellen Johnson Lee asked the man to spend the money. Even if Ellen did that, Brownie SAMUKAI, is he that desperate for work that he can say, no, I can't do it? If Ellen wants to fire me, let she fire me. He's that desperate to say, you know what? He's so subservient to the point where Ellen Johnson Lee will tell him something, he does it. You serious? The man is not a moral man. A moral man will say, even if Ellen says that, you know what, spend that money. A moral man will say, no, I can't do it, sir or ma'am. I can do it. It's for people. If you want your job, take your job. I can resign for this, but I'm not going to temper with people's money. But Brother SAMUKAI is so corrupt that he accepted whether Ellen told him or not. That's another thing. But even if, let's say, SAMUKAI was given gun by Ellen Johnson Lee and said, shoot in the crowd. SAMUKAI going to do that? No. What he did, it also amounts to killing people. That people income, their money, their hard-earned money. So you kill the people economically. If you kill somebody economically, you are killing the person physically. That's how the person survives. And the people of Lofa County, they want to repeat the bad example of SINOE County. The people of SINOE County, they kept quiet. They just stole their money and they court declaring guilty. And they say, you know what, we'll still vote for you. He was in court when Senator Teje ran for office and they voted for him. They voted for him. So the bad example of SINOE County, Lofa County is going beyond that. They say, you know what, we'll go as far as paying for your money, the money you stole. We'll do that. Land of liberty without justice. The degeneration of the moral code. There is no morality in our country. And morality is the principle of law or philosophy that has to do with what is the right thing to do. The right thing to do in the question is, in the situation, is to bail the man out or for the man to go to jail and give him a punishment. Because in the house, if your child takes something or does something wrong, you discipline the child. So is that how you want to discipline Brownie SAMUKAI? To pay money so he can go represent you? When you do that, it's not what we call patriotism or love for country or love for somebody. You are setting a bad example. The children, now if you do this, you get there and your child will say, oh, don't steal. Stealing is okay in the sense if you build out this man. You are saying doing the wrong thing is okay. Nothing is wrong. Your child can insult somebody, that's fine. This is more than insult to the AFL soldiers. The people that defending the country, and you are the defense minister, instead of making sure the appropriate people, the right people to get the money. Brownie SAMUKAI said he took command from Ellen Johnson said leave. And now the people of Lofa, they are raising money for him. The lawmakers, the people, LIBERIAN just sucks. The people, the lawmakers are actually going over there to the other guys are starting with $100. Is it a lawmaker that doing that? LIBERIAN is done. We need a radical revolution in our country to change the way people think, the way the leader behave. No punishment for their actions. Now, Brownie SAMUKAI, a big man, he can't go to jail. How can you do this? The problem came from the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court itself is corrupt. To get this ready and say you pay the $1.4 million or you go to jail for 2 years. You said $1.4 million. Blagojevich only attempted to sell Obama's seat. 14 years, that's what the people gave him punishment. Lula campaign money, 9 years, that's what the people gave him. Jacob Zuma, they're talking from power, and they are going after him right now. Amina Fakam from Mauritius, they took off from power. In Liberia, we keep them in power when they steal. Yes, that's what we do. We'll keep you, we'll celebrate you, we bail you out. A land of liberty without justice. The degeneration of the moral code. Yes, doing the wrong thing in Liberia now is the right thing. And doing the right thing is the wrong thing. We'll tear everything else out down in that country. How would say you are hungry? You don't have food on your table. Your children are not in school. They're not going to go to school, some of them. They're going to school. The school are not up to standard. And you are raising money to build out Brownie SAMUKAI, who stole the people $1.4 million. Is that the right thing to do? What is wrong with our people in our country? Liberia is decomposed. It's rotten morally. It's rotten morally. Brownie SAMUKAI should not, it's not because you're a big man is not above the law. Let the man be punished for his action. Next time, he will not do it. Or the next person will not attempt doing such thing. But in Liberia, that's okay. Charge 8 hour money, he's in office. And then I'm looking at them today, they're sending the commissioner to jail. Are you serious? The criminal himself is supposed to be in jail. Yes. You gotta be in jail. See what you are saying. Let me play the video for you.
It's not about showing personal loyalty or love or sense of shame on. And no one is attempting here to interfere with the situation.
Yes. You gotta be in jail.
And the U.S. President. We have to be guided by history. We must be guided by history. Thank you. All again. We have to be guided by history. I am saying that we must be guided by history, not by emotions. I will sharply disagree with anybody on this floor who will attempt to irresponsibly try to insult or be arrogant to the American government. That's not what we're here for. But if a senator of the United States is accused by another country, the U.S. Senate will put that issue into conversation among themselves, and they will try to find a way to deal with it. Now, there's no doubt, all the president knows. There were instances where this senator had to go to the Supreme Court to represent the Supreme Senate. Yes, we have lawyers, but he was the one who sent the Supreme Court to represent the Supreme Senate. Now, today, he stands accused of corruption, robbery of judges. Now, when you write a judge, implicitly the judiciary also stands accused, because that is a judiciary whose members are accepting bribes from party litigants. So this thing has ripple effects. It has ripple effects. And I am reminded in 1975, when Barbara Jordan was about to draft the articles of impeachment against Nixon, the press raised the nation and asking Mr. President, what do you think about the articles that Congressman Jordan is allowed to introduce? And Nixon said to me, there are instructed. He said, when you hit someone so much over a period of time, and you do not succeed, you end up hitting yourself or hitting that person for so long a time. I don't know what problem you have between Brownie and other people, but here, I see him as a kid-mouth senator in the chamber of the Liberian Senate. And I think we are under obligation to constructively, diplomatically, and peacefully engage the U.S. Embassy to see how this issue can be resolved. Nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So now we're doing well and then talking about business. Then you go on your own. That's why it's not business. But the allegations are being made at the time he's a sitting senator. So what are you going to say about that? If he's convicted, then they'll say, and Nandini was convicted. They don't say one manager was convicted. So beside it, and then the Supreme said yesterday, patriotism is not a love for a friend, it's a love of country. We are talking about a Liberian senator. For God's sake, for the first time, let us put our differences aside and back one another. And back one another. And you say, as soon as my body has been well, someone nobody will go to the U.S. Embassy, nobody will go to the American Embassy to move money from the list. Oh, but what's wrong with going there? Who they will do? We can tell about delegation to meet the ambassador. She will be very glad to listen to her because the United States is run by public opinion. By public opinion. In 1882 and 1883, when the Berlin Conference that was called by Bismarck to partition Africa was taken.
Make sure test the again. Sometimes after the video, there could be a technical problem. So, my audience will give me a side. Please let me know. Else, let me test it from my side here. It delays a little bit. It's in this. 1 2 1 2. Test the mic. 1 2 1 2. Test the mic. One two 1 2. Test the mic. This sounds good now. All right, so I was playing that audio to tell you to make a point. You see, if you have criminals in power, this is exactly what you get. Okay, let me test it one more time. One two. Test the mic. This sounds good now. All right, so I was playing that audio to tell you to make a point. Yeah, sorry guys. I'll try to make sure my audio good before I talk. So Senator Teje, Milton Teje, all right, was making the case for Vonnie Sherman. Okay, he told us Vonnie Sherman was accused of corruption, bribing judges. He's telling us all of that. Then he turns around and says, you know what? We got to back our man. We got to defend him now. But you just told us the man was accused of bribing judges, corruption. He named those things. But I said, in the text is saying, patriotism is not the love of friend, it's the love of country. But he is saying Vonnie Sherman is their own. So Vonnie Sherman is their own, in a sense of legislative own, their friend. In other words, he just told us patriotism is not a love of friend, it's a love of country. Okay, so Senator Teje, if that is the case, then it means that you have to be patriotic. You have to defend your country doing the right thing, and not the guy who stole, who bribed judges, as you told us. Okay, so patriotism is not defending criminals. Patriotism is advocating for your country's interest or image, defending your country the right way and not the wrong way. Defending Vonnie Sherman is not the right way for our country. Yes, when you're declared guilty, they will say Liberian senator. They not say Liberian Senate. Okay? He's part of the Liberian Senate. Guess what? And you are citing U.S. is a U.S. lawmaker. The people will meet and they will find the way out. Yes, they will find a way out. You know what they will do? They will get rid of that friend. And that's what they did to Anthony Weiner. I just told you that. Okay? Anthony Weiner was a lawmaker right here. They kick the man out of office. That's what they do. They not defend you. The U.S. Congress, when Anthony Weiner sent a picture to a girl, just a picture, okay? He was the representative for New York District number 9. And they kicked that man out of office just for sending nude picture or half nude picture to a girl. All right. So if the U.S. Congress, Senator Teje, the ethics committee will get together and do something about it. And what they will do is not to defend you. They will make sure to do the investigation. When you are found culpable, they expel you, they pressure you to resign. And that's what happened to Anthony Weiner. So Senator Teje will quote things and try things we don't think, we don't do, we don't know our materials. We know that we follow American politics. They don't defend criminals. Their own president here, Donald Trump, they impeached him. He wasn't expelled from office because the Senate did not. The Senate, it was a Senate responsibility, and the Senate refused to do that. Even though the recent one, majority of the people, they need a majority. But what I'm saying, that you can see the U.S. Congress, they don't back bad things. They take action. They correct people. But our lawmaker, Senator saying that Sherman today, Sherman did not do the right thing, so you can't defend him. And that's why Liberia has problem. Because we got those criminals in there, they want to defend each other. Okay? Let Vonnie Sherman go to court. and bear the consequence of the law. If the law says that he free, you can be a free man. If he found guilty, let a man go to jail. But Milton Tiaje, he wants a man. You got to understand, when you were trying to take the people's Sano County land that Vani Sherman he went to. Vani Sherman is not a geographer. And when look at the I want you to set the demarcation of Sano County. Just so you can take the people land. Vani Sherman, the silver mining case, they ate the people money. The B-Boy wanted B-Boy too. Vani Sherman, they were part of the whole thing. They banned the man for coming to the U.S. But Senator Taylor said, the Liberian senator, let's defend him. Who got the bad man in Congress? The ritualists. These are ritualists. So he supports all the bad things. Horrible man. How can you leave your pool in your house and go stay in the middle of the river like that and doing all those things? The ritual activities, the men go. They call it acromancy. That's what they call aqua or acromancy. The water, you play with the water. You invoke the demons. That's what he does. So he supports all the bad things. And we'll not be quiet. I mean, they're talking about TJ. But the man's a bad. He portrays Sano County, my county, bad. He represented, every time he speaks nonsense. I like, hey, yelling about it. Hey, you can't make a man to put a man to go. The man stole whatever he did when you were bribing the judges and all of that. Whatever the money he stole, he didn't tell all this amount. The Liberian Senate participated in it. No. But Senator TJ he supports all the bad things. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Voice of Sano in the Diaspora, our Tuesday edition of the show. And I want to say thanks for following the show. We are off for the night. Let me see your comments, and I will call it a night. Can you bring me on? Okay, Mr. Evangelist, you can. The number below there, you can call the number if you want the link, you want to come live. That's what you mean. I can send you the link. So I can invite you. I can do just that. Let me send you the link right now. Let's see. I'll send you the link right now so you can come on. Eventually, I'm sending the request right now, or you can call the number and I'll bring you on. I'll coming to you right now to send the link to you. Just follow the link. What you do, they say copy link. So you copy that in your browser and just follow the prompt and you'll be right there. You'll be on the Voice of Sino. I can entertain you, no problem, for a little bit. Yeah, so eventually just check your messenger. I'll send you the link there. Just follow. You click on it, on that link I send. And you can copy it and then go back to your browser and put it there. Or if you already have Chrome, so you just follow the prompt. It's user friendly. Okay, you can it shouldn't be a problem. I'm watching. I will see you when you get in. All right. So we'll just stick around for Mr. James Scholar, whatever I want to hear from him. But in the meantime, let me look at the comments that are trending. The comments that are trending right now before we call it a night. If he doesn't call in the next, he doesn't get on in the next few minutes. We'll be calling. Let's see a couple of the comments. I think I read some of them before. Let me see. This coming from Manajabali. I didn't read the info earlier. They did not support me blindly. I was one of those who ensured that Green is where he is right now. I took a lot of heat because of him. Color is worse. I think Nightmare could not deny the fact they sat there while I worked the floor in Florida that night. Okay. Yeah, we can't deny that fact. That's a historical fact. Yeah, that's a historical fact that we cannot deny. And with respect to that comment, yeah, a lot of things in it that we'll talk about later. All right, so Evangelist, if you're following the show, thank you. I'm still waiting for you. If you can make it, then of course I'll cut it off. Or you call easy to just do it, easy call that number, and we'll bring you on. Or if you want, I can call you. Let me see what I can call Evangelist. He's taking too long. I can't wait for that long. So I will call him from Messenger so we can hear what he has to say. You know, as a president supporter, so I like to hear what the president apologists they have to say. Evangelist, I'm seeing here you saw the link that I sent you. Please follow the prompt. You want me to call you? Let me see what I can call him.
Hello?
Evangelist.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. Welcome to the Voice of SINOE. You said you wanted to come on, but I sent you the link and it's taking too long.
Yeah, let us, do it on the phone.
Okay. So what's the concern, sir?
Yes, I was listening to Senator Tiege, and he made a statement that I don't really like. Even though I'm not a kind of man that is against Tiege, but the statement that he just made is not in the interest of the Liberian people, and it's not in the interest of democracy. Are you getting me?
Yeah, you're loud and clear. I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Okay, and he said people defending people. We are all in the United States, and he is a senator of SINOE County, and making such a statement that they have to back their own, meaning that he is supporting criminality, which is not good, for SINOE County and the Republic of Liberia. Here, if a senator does anything, that person is responsible. He is accountable for his own behavior. So he should not get up to say if he's going to back somebody. And that is an invitation to sanction. If they continue to do those things, the American government finally, will put sanction on the government, because the senators there who are supposed to tell the people the truth are not telling them the truth. Because if somebody commits a crime, vanishment of counselor, he should be able to stand up for himself. Then for somebody to talk on his behalf, you don't do those things, and that is not a proper representation for our county. I'm taking a serious exception to that. So,
eventually, you say you are not against Senator Tiege. Why do you like him?
Well, I don't want to, make hatred with whatever we want to do. We have to, say things with love. This is what I'm saying. I love everybody. But
so I want to know why you love him. You want to love him, given his history.
The views of the people, then people will talk.
So what? I mean, I want to understand what is the foundation of your love for him.
You say what?
Why do you love him?
Well, I'm not going to explain. I love everybody. I'm a Christian. I don't hold anything against anybody. So it's just a kind of general, Christian love that I have for people, even including yourself. And
so, no justice in Christianity? Evangelist?
Yes.
There is no justice in Christianity?
This you know, the God that we serve is a God of righteousness and justice. You know, this is why we who are Christians or Christian leaders, we have to stand up for justice. You know, this is why I'm calling. I said the statement he just made is an affront to our democracy, and it doesn't speak well for the government. You know, you cannot back a colleague. You can tell your colleague to do the rightful thing, but not to publicly come out to say, "Oh, he is our own." So, are you allowing your own to do things that are contrary to democracy or to the Constitution or even to international laws? Is that what you say? So, if they would do those things, the United States government will show this or strengthen sanctions on some other people. You know.
Okay. All right. On a different subject, what is your take about the decision from Minnesota to finance the president trip? Are you in support of it?
You say what?
I'm saying, are you hearing me?
Yes.
I said yesterday, the members of the Minnesota chapter, they raised over $5,000 to facilitate the president trip to Liberia. What do you make of that?
You see, President Gio is the president of the union, and other people are trying to debate that. The people have the right to contribute to the trip. They did that. They done the first time. But one thing I want to say is that the board has to give President Gio $3,000, even though if they don't agree, they just have to give him $3,000 because that is the benchmark that is set. That if the president is traveling, he should travel with $3,000 as transportation or whatever the case. So that should not go through any debate. They may not like it, but they should give him that $3,000. They call it precedence. So it is not something that we should debate.
But Evangelist,
go to Liberia and turn the bidding over.
Evangelist,
because if they don't do that, that bidding will be burglarized.
Evangelist,
and vandalized tomorrow.
Evangelist.
Yes.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Yeah, my question wasn't answered. I didn't say the people did not have the right to support the president. I said, what do you make of it? Are you in support of the members' action?
Oh yes, it's a voluntary action, and people are spending their own money. So if they are supporting the president to travel, I think it's something good that we should all support. I'm in support of that.
Okay. So, but you spoke of the board. You said the $3,000 is a precedent set. Therefore, that you give the president $3,000. Is that mandatory? Is that constitutional?
Yeah, it's constitutional because it has been a kind of thing that they said this. They said it that if a president is traveling, he should travel with $3,000, especially to Africa.
But you said kind. You said kind of though. You said kind of.
Let's say they may not agree on the trip, but the majority of the people, agree that President Gio should travel to Liberia and they should give him the $3,000.
Who the majority of the people you're talking about? When you say majority of the people, where are they? I mean, what are you talking about when you say majority?
Well, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to conduct a survey and pinpoint those who are part of the majority group. But you see the overwhelming support yesterday. I mean, so those people come part of the majority.
No, but
you didn't see 2 or 3 persons.
Evangelist.
So people will contribute $5,000.
Evangelist.
Which I believe
Evangelist.
from so many people, it represents the majority group, the majority black.
Evangelist. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
Yes.
You have 6 chapters in the union. 1 chapter supporting the president does not constitute majority, correct?
You do know how the money was raised. Some people send money from all over the country, and some of those chapters members send money to Minnesota chapter. So if you don't send money, it doesn't mean that nobody comes from Philadelphia and other areas.
No,
So people send money to our cash apps and all of those people.
To be fair, though,
money.
To be fair, only 2 persons from out of state. They get Ora McQueen here, and then I think North Carolina, the name in that stuff. I think North Carolina or Florida, one of them. I'm not too sure, but those are the 2 people from out of state. Were you one of the people who contributed?
You say what?
Did you contribute?
Well, if I want to contribute, I will contribute, you know, but I mean, if at all there's a need to raise more money, and I'll be called upon to do that, I will do that.
So the answer,
it is all about it. It is all about the organization, you know.
So, but the answer to my question is that no or yes?
Is yes.
Did you contribute?
I've not contributed. That doesn't mean that I don't have the capacity to contribute.
No,
you know.
Eventually, I didn't say will you contribute. I said did you contribute? I'm speaking in the past.
Well, I have contributed.
Yes.
I have a lot of things to do. You know, I will meet with the people in Liberia. I plan to go to Liberia. We have a lot of things. We have a lot of expenses to undertake in Liberia if we reach there. You know, so I'm not going to say, oh, President Gideon, I'm going to give you this and that. You know, there are a lot of things we do in Liberia in common in support of the administration. So I will contribute. It may not be in the United States, or I will contribute in Liberia. Whatever he will be in need of in Liberia, I mean, I will supplement that if the need arises.
Okay, you will. So you did not contribute. Okay, all right. So, Evangelist, let me give you the opportunity to give your closing comments, and so we can call it a night.
Yeah, I mean, you still on. You know, I just waiting to start job, but you know, thank you for the show. Senator Tiege, you know, we follow it. A lot of people following your show, and people who are, you know, inclined enough politically, they should stand up and talk. You know, if our leaders are not doing the rightful thing, you know, this is not all about Mr. Zasa and any other group of people. We don't hate any people, but if someone is, you know, going out of the way, you know, we have to talk. Senator Tiege should know that, you know, he is representing people. This is not a kind of sentimental, you know, group of people or tribal people or kind of, you know, syndicate that people just have to back, even though if they are going wrong, you know, that is not good. So let Senator Tiege be a kind of man that will be proud of, you know, as our senator, you know, in the future or even now. So he should not back wrong. When something is wrong, it is wrong, you know. So this is what I'm telling him.
Okay.
I know other people listening to that.
Yeah, Evangelist, thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution. I really appreciate it.
Okay, yeah, thank you for the show, you know.
All right, you're welcome. All right, that was the the prayer warrior of the United Sapota Association, Mr. Should I say it? Oh, Evangelist James Collar. He also has a show where he doesn't have a specific time like me, and so he teaches the Bible. So if you want to be biblically inclined, you follow his show, and you'll get some biblical lesson. All right, so I want to say thank you so much for following the show tonight. All of you that follow, let me see it. I can recognize you before I go. And that's the custom here. You took some time to follow, so let me recognize the people that are following. Eventually, again, thanks for following the show. Jala, thank you. Twan and Morris, thank you. Those are the people I'm seeing. I've seen 10 other persons following from my end here. I can see all of you or your names. But I want to say thank you so much for following the Voice of SINOE. And we'll be back later this week. The schedule is a little tight, so we improvise for now until we can have a specific time. That being said, enjoy the rest of the night. We want to say, let's see how we're ending here. I would do it. The queen of traditional music. I know. Asa Blende. Reconciliation. That's what we need. All right. Even though we criticize the president of the United Sapota Association, we don't see him as an enemy. We are doing this again to correct the president to do the right thing. It is not yet late for the president to direct our phone to something meaningful. You know, that almost $6,000 the people will give him, it can still be directed into something that will add value to our people and that will live on. The people, they will always remember Green when he leaves, not just for the party. You know, after the party you leave, people will forget. All right, so use that 5,000 something. If you add it 900, it will almost be closer to 7,000 United States dollars. Use that money, Mr. President, for something. Or let me recommend, maybe you can think about buying $6,000 worth of medication to stock up the hospital in Drawson, or better yet, get some. I think that $6,000 or $7,000 can get a used car that you can use for ambulance. That $6,000 or $7,000, Mr. President, you can build some hand pumps for the people to get clean water. The $7,000 or almost $7,000, Mr. President, you can also get a few students in the classroom. You know, and I can go on and on. Okay, so we want to urge you to use that money and for something meaningful instead of going to Liberia just to have party. All right. That being said, enjoy the rest of the night with the queen of traditional music. Watch out, we want peace and unity. All right. Daily Wolinchale Doba, you know, so we can't be making commotion in a strange land. Okay, that's what she's saying. We can fight each other in the strange land. You know, United Southwest Association, we're not fighting. We are just making a recommendation to the president. We are highlighting the flaws of the president so that he can chart the better course. Okay, I say check. All right. Enjoy the rest of the night.